listening to New Kids on the Pod with your hosts, Momba, Tony D, and JYD.
Hello, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to New Kids on the Pod. I am one of your hosts, JYD, and with me, as always, is Tony D and the big, sexy, lovely, beautiful Momba.
Oh, why did I get such a amazing intro and Tony just got like, Tony's here. And Tony.
Because life has just been kicking me down lately.
And
this podcast is no different.
is there a reason life has been kicking you down?
I don't want to talk about it.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about it?
All right, fine. So, let me let me just preface this episode by saying that the journey to happiness is never a straight line. And rarely is it one that you can control. Because one day you wake up, living life, you're in the headlines, and the next day, how does it go?
You're waiting in bread lines?
Waiting in the bread lines. And I am no different than that. So
what are you today? Living the headlines? Or waiting in the bread lines?
As of last Friday at 10:04 a.m. Central Standard, I was currently handed my papers.
Your walking papers?
My walking
Your
papers.
pink slip?
To the bread lines.
Damn.
So
Did they at least direct you to the bread line?
no, they just said they're like, you know where they are. I mean, there's no reason for us to tell you. I mean, hasn't been that long, has it?
Yeah, how long were you working there?
So yeah, it was actually been 6 months.
Literally, exactly 6 months?
Well, maybe
You know what? No. Actually, maybe a few days short because my first day was April 22nd or something, and then it was like the 18th of October. So I think it's about
give or take.
So yeah, came in Friday.
So 5 months and change.
5 months and yeah,
almost 6.
Almost
5 months and
it's
28 days.
It's basically it's the money equivalent to $5.97 or something. You know,
You're almost the $6.
You just can't get the $6. You got to deal with 3/4, some dimes, some nickels, and
few
pennies. Yeah, that's what they give you, man.
So how are you feeling? How are you coping?
Well, I don't know. It's I guess it's not as it doesn't feel as shitty as the first time because I mean I was there for 5 years.
Oh, that's a harder hit.
So it's a little bit harder, because I knew a lot of people there. I had a lot of friends over here. I mean, no, the people there were awesome. I really liked what I did and everything, but I don't know. It was more oh well, I guess this. I don't know. I guess if something is too good to be,
but there must be more of a surprise though, because you could see the other one coming.
Yeah, that's the thing. The other one I saw coming, yet I was more surprised at that one than this one.
Oh.
And this one I didn't see it coming, and I was like, oh well. I think it's because I had been out of the job market for so long that when I lost my job that was there for 5 years, it was I don't know what the fuck to expect. I'm like, man,
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's out there, what the fuck this and that. And once I started just applying and seeing okay, maybe there are plenty of jobs out there. I mean, I don't think the market's changed that much in 6 months, right?
It has not.
I'm pretty sure it hasn't. So
yeah, and you
all I had to do was log into my email and go back to the little check mark for Indeed.com. Email alerts, yes, please.
You've gotten laid off before. You've gotten laid off a few times since I've known you.
Yeah,
and you've always bounced back.
Yeah, you're like
some would say
you're like a cat.
Some would say undeservingly.
Undeserving.
But bounce back
but
nonetheless.
You always land on your feet.
to the what is it? What's that word? To the chagrin of
to the
much to your chagrin.
Is that I thought it was charging.
Is it? Look it up, Junkyard.
It's spelled like that. It's chagrin. You're right. It's chagrin.
It's chagrin.
Okay.
But it's spelled like CHA-grin.
Look it up, and that'll be our word of the day.
We don't have word of the day anymore.
Well, it's not our Urban Dictionary word of the day. This is our regular people word of the day. But yeah, so
that sounds better though than what I thought it did. Chagrin.
So, but the good thing is
CHA grin.
Chagrin.
Yeah, distress or embarrassment at having failed or been humiliated.
Oh, so I think I used it wrong.
feel distressed or humiliated.
So you would feel
So much to my chagrin.
Yeah.
to your chagrin.
To you begrudgingly
Yes.
accept that I always bounce back.
I like how they give you other words just so you could know how sad you feel. I don't know. You clicked away from it, but
Yeah.
it said sorrow next to it.
Also look up sorrow, sad. But the thing is, like, I usually ever since like I got that off earlier in the year, I like as soon as I always keep my resume up to date. So I had already like filled out the shit that I was doing there, and I always kept it like so just in case like something like this happened.
So you're ready.
Exactly. You gotta be ready because, like, I think I talked about it last time. Like, it sucks, and like the last thing you like, first of all, you're like you get laid off, and then like you're just filled with all this uncertainty, and it feels like shit. And then now you gotta put together a resume and all this shit. Like, that's the last thing you want to do,
Yeah.
So if you have it ready, it's like, all right, it's already ready. Just
Send it out.
send it out. So all I did was just update it to like I think one or two things that I needed.
Your date probably.
Change the dates and then just start sending it out. So the good thing is, I guess I don't think the market has changed as much because I'm already getting responses. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Lands on his feet.
But it was a sweet gig though, man. That was a really sweet gig.
Couldn't have been that bad. Like the day you told us that you got laid off, a couple hours later, you were putting up Snapchats with you holding a White Claw. So times weren't that hard. It's not like you were drinking.
Do you know what I had to do to get that White Claw?
Oh, you show your booty hole.
There was a guy out there in the corner giving out free prostate exams.
I
He's
would.
like,
I understand that, but it was a video of you drinking White Claw. If it was a video of you like drinking Truly, I'd be like, oh shit,
he's really struggling.
He needs our help. He's hit a hard time.
Oh man, I might have to switch to Truly.
What if he was drinking like Natty Ice or some shit?
Yeah.
Ice House.
I'm gonna have to. It's an adjustment. Like I have to drink like regular milk that's like $1.99
As opposed to organic
as
milk?
opposed to like organic grass fed milk.
You can't buy that expensive ham anymore?
I can't. No, I have to get that fucking
Bologna? Oscar
No, not even. No, not even Oscar Mayer is fucking expensive. That other shit was it carcass.
Oh,
Remember
the
that,
Crackus ham?
That Crackus ham that's like $1.20 a pound or some shit. That's what I gotta eat.
Or why don't you get that little the shit that comes in a package, the budding ham or whatever the fuck it's
What
called?
is that?
There's like this ham that like they sell it like in the grocery stores. It's just in a package. It's like next to the Oscar Mayer shit. It's like ham inside this like plastic bag. You never see that? It's like rolled up.
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's like a buck.
I might have to get that then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so like hopefully we can get this episode done quick because I gotta get up early for those bread lines. Also, fun fact: what I learned about bread lines is that they have changed over the years. You can now get sliced bread at the bread lines.
Oh.
Before, during the war, you could not get sliced bread.
It came in loaves.
You guys know why you couldn't get sliced bread?
Because it was more expensive?
No. And if you did get sliced bread, you were considered a traitor.
Really?
So basically, back during the times of the war, any machinery, like the cutting machines.
Oh, and if it was used,
they had to be used for the war effort.
yeah. If it wasn't,
So whenever you got bread, it wasn't
Sliced.
It wasn't sliced because all that was. So if you actually got bread that was sliced, you were considered a traitor.
just
because,
like
because they were using that for something that was not for the war.
just like
effort.
that propaganda I seen. It was like so minuscule, but it's like, if you ride alone, you're basically riding with Hitler. Because you're wasting gas if you're riding alone.
So they show like a picture of you riding and with
riding
Hitler
with
next to you.
Hitler, like you got a carpool.
So you're carpooling with Hitler
Yeah.
when you ride by yourself.
Yeah, you got to get
Yeah.
sneakers with fucking used car tires as the soles and
Probably.
shit. No, you did. I know.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
you did. Yeah, like all sorts of shit, dude. They fucking did hard.
Yeah.
I think that's actually like our current mayor's new stance on ride shares, because she's like charging heavy. She wants to charge Mayor Lightfoot.
Yeah.
She wants to charge heavy tax on ride shares into the city. So basically, she was like, if you're not pooling, you're riding with Hitler.
She has to charge
That's
for,
stupid.
They want to charge for fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like what was it when I went to the gas station? This was like I think a few days ago. It was like maybe 3 a.m.
What you doing at a gas station at 3 in the morning?
I got no.
He's got nothing else to do, bro.
What the
He
fuck else
doesn't
am I
have a
doing? I got nothing to fucking do, man.
He's out there trying to sell his booty hole for some White Claws.
Hey, man. Sometimes you got to come up with unconventional methods to make money. You got to do what you got to do to survive. So I'm at this gas station and like, I want to, buy some snacks. So obviously, so I'm buying snacks,
Snacks at 3 in the morning.
and then there's it's a 24-hour gas station. You fuckwad. There's lots of them. You make it seem like it's like the weirdest thing in the world to go to a gas station at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Did you like? Are you all right?
I mean, define all right.
I just want to know, like,
When you hate a job, you
All
want to
right.
go to gas
All right.
stations
All
at
right.
3 a.m.
All right.
I just
Let's say I wasn't okay. What are you gonna do about it?
tell your brother or something. Like, yeah, you should check up on him.
Do a wellness check.
Dude, what?
So
I just
anyway, we're kind of going off topic. We're talking about fucking how shitty
no.
Chicago is.
I just want to like. So you don't have a job anymore, which is fine. People lose their job.
Yeah.
But you're like scrounging to the gas station at 3 a.m. like a ghoul for some bagged snacks.
Look, man, sometimes I have trouble sleeping. It's what happens when do nothing all day. So
Proceed.
So anyway, back to okay, we're digressing from the point here.
Did you also buy like a pack of horny goat weed from this gas station too?
No, man, I only had like $3.
I think they're $1 a pill.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, and I'll get to that. So like I said, I only had $3, and the thing is, if you buy snacks in Chicago, there's a snack tax. There's like, and it says on there like there, and so I'm like, what the fuck? It's like I already got to pay extra for this fucking Snickers bar I can barely afford, and then they're charging me more taxes on top of the sales tax. So once I left, I had to make sure that like I didn't enjoy it too much, because if you're seen visibly enjoying your snacks, then Chicago can impose the entertainment tax on you.
Yeah.
So I had to like fucking eat that shit and pretend like I hated it.
Did you like reach for Hershey's with almonds? And the gas station attendant shook his head.
It's like no. So I do like Hershey's with almonds. That one and the cookies and cream were my favorite. But they had the regular ones on sale because nobody fucking ever buys the regular.
Yeah.
They're probably old. You know how when you open it up, they got like that little
White film?
That white film, yeah. So those are the ones I got because
when you reach for the almonds and the cookie
No,
and cream, he was like
I-
this. Then when you reach for the regular one, he's like,
So I reached for the cookies and cream, and as I grab it, the guy puts his hand on top of my neck to stop me, and he's like cookies and cream. That's for winners. I was like, fuck. I'm clearly not a winner. So I'm like, let me get the regular shit. So yeah, that was my week. How are you guys doing?
Mama's doing great. He starts a new job on Monday.
yeah,
Awesome.
How does it make you feel?
So the thing is,
Once
like,
somebody lost their job, someone started a new job.
well, the thing is, like, that,
You guys are like yin and yang.
But the thing is, that's life, though. Life is about balance.
Yeah,
You know, like the law of equivalent exchange, if Full Metal Alchemist has ever taught me anything, is that in order to obtain something of equal value must be lost. So in order for you to ascend to these new heights,
somebody has to die.
somebody has to, yeah.
yeah.
and that's
Unfortunately,
Tony.
unfortunately, that had to be my career.
Like, I just feel that you're kind of over the hill. There's some young buck coming over to get a new job,
Yeah.
wearing a suit and tie, pushing buttons, pulling levers,
What the fuck? What kind of job are you getting?
flipping switches.
You at the fucking power plant?
Yeah. Sounds like a trained chimp can do that job, though.
Hey, Junkyard offered it to you,
That's true. He did.
and you
That
were
he
like,
did.
oh, that job's offered me pennies. And then here I was with my hand out. I was like, I'll take
I'll
it.
take those pennies.
Now who has a job and who doesn't?
Now he's scrounging the pennies.
That's true. Yeah. So, yeah, you so usually when something like this happens, it changes your perspective on life and everything. Like you get excited for things that you used to never get excited before. Like when I went to the grocery store, they have little cheese samples, and every 2 hours when there's a shift change, they leave those cheese samples unguarded, and you can just go to town. And this is the expensive cheese, like the aged cheddar, man. So twice I went when they were like, switching. Just went to town. So that was my one meal a day. So yeah, I'm doing all right.
You had to get your protein in.
I'm surviving.
This wasn't at 3 a.m., right?
No, they asked me to leave at 11. Something about closing. Fucking assholes. But yeah, no. Gas stations, that's 3 in the morning because they're 24 hours.
Well, I'm glad that things are going well for me. So
Yeah, life's looking up.
You know who else? Or life is looking up for someone else as well. And by up, I mean new heights. And by new heights, I mean like physically new heights.
I feel like you're about to.
So
I feel like you're about to say something directed at me.
No, not
And
you.
I'm gonna tell you.
Actually, it's not. It's not.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm just telling you, it's fucking not. I don't. You don't need to proceed with that statement.
Mamba, he's talking about you.
Much to my
Chagrin.
I don't know how I'm gonna react.
All right.
To what you say.
All right. So
Bro, you gonna let him talk about you like this?
So basically, I happened to stumble upon
Okay, it's not about
Junkyard's deepest, darkest secret.
Dude, I don't have a deepest, darkest secret.
All right, we'll let the audience decide. So, everyone has insecurities about their body, right? About their something about either the way they look,
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And, it's part of life, whatever. We all have it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. If you don't like something, you can change it. Obviously, certain things are a little easier to change than others. For example, me, my hair, or lack thereof, And, I mean, we all know. No, I'm just saying, like, Anyway, the point is.
Finish your statement.
So I got here earlier, and then Junker's like, "Oh, come with me to Walgreens to like go get something." All right, cool. So as I see Junkyard, because when we come here, he's always in his fucking tube socks. And, and slides. So I didn't realize that Junkyard has a different approach when he's out in the real world. Mm-hmm. Apparently, he's a little insecure because I happened to catch him. Like, I don't know if he saw me, but to the corner, because I wasn't in his room. I was just kind of like standing by the hallway, whatever, just on my phone. And I just happened to see the corner of my eye. He picked up his shoes, and he picked up some inserts that had a certain.
There was like a width to them.
Yeah, like had a certain chunkiness to them, and I'm like, huh. Now, hey. Junker's like a shorter guy, so whatever. I understand. Usually when you're 5'2", you're a little.
I'm not 5'2".
You're
Five.
a solid.
Boy,
You're a
I'm
solid.
sorry.
5'5".
I'm sorry. 5'3" with the shoes you have on right now. So I told Junker, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I mean, you wear lifts. That's cool. Like,
bro, they're not lifts.
Look, a lot of guys do. Like guys are insecure about their height. They'll add an inch or two. And I'm saying, I'm just telling him like he doesn't need to be ashamed because all of a sudden he turned red and he tried to, and then he kind of like he is now, and then he tried to explain like, oh no, bro, they're orthopedic because I got flat feet.
I do have flat feet.
And then he's trying to show me his foot. Like, dude, you don't need to take off your shoe. You already put on your shoes. You don't need to take it off to
No,
prove
but I
to me.
want you to see.
He's like, no, look, and then he goes to like he goes through one of his drawers, starts rustling, looking for like I guess for his doctor's from like his doctor's notes or something. I'm like, no, for real, look, it's medical. Look, I'm like, dude, I'm not asking you to like, you don't owe me any explanation. Like, we live in a society where, like I said, if you don't like something about yourself, you change it. Mm-hmm. Girls, they wear shapewear, they wear butt lifts, they get their lip injections, they do this, and it's all part of society. Like
Kylie Jenner became a whole new person.
She had no lips, and all of a sudden she has the best lips kit,
now she's a billionaire.
Like, exactly. If you don't like something, if you have the means to change it, then by all means change it. Like, if you're vertically challenged, there's technologies available, and I'm glad that Junker's taking advantage of it.
But I think the problem is when you don't embrace it.
That's true, and that's what I'm trying to tell him. Like, Junker, it's okay. Like I'm your boy. You don't need to like defend yourself. Like, no, they're orthopedic and this and that. And he's telling me this whole story on the way to walk. I'm like, dude, I didn't even. I was gonna make a thing. I'm just something that I just noticed. I said it's cool, but he felt the need to like defend it, and I'm like, and that to me was like I guess it kind of like it made me realize how messed up society is to the point where like Junkyard should not have to defend himself.
I don't blame him. When I was a kid, they don't have it anymore, obviously, because of the internet. But when I was a kid, I used to get these like magazines to my house where you could order stuff over the phone, or you could like send money in.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like
highlights.
They had all these like these items and these stuff that was supposed to make your life better. Just weird shit. And I would go through them as a kid and see which one. And they always had like shoes with a thick ass sole in them that'll give you a few inches.
Yeah.
And I understand why Junkyard feels the way you do, because they always made the guy on there seem super scummy. Like, he was short.
Yeah.
Even in printed form, you could tell he was short, but he had like a purple club shirt.
Yeah.
And he had like greasy black hair. And it's a guy that like is like 5'2". Yeah. And they wanted to make him seem as slimy as possible. So I could see, like, they were like, yeah, this is what you look like. You could look a little bit better if you're taller. So yeah, like I told Junker, like, it's nothing to be ashamed about. Like, it's fine. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't need to like explain yourself to anyone if that makes you feel
better about yourself, that you're a few inches taller, which it does. I mean, I honestly have always been like pretty tall, so I can't really relate.
Okay,
But
well,
I mean,
you're like average, pretty tall.
I'm pretty tall.
They're
like-
orthopedic. I have
yeah.
flat feet.
You're like 5'8", 5'9" on a good day.
How tall are you?
6'3",
6'3".
6'3",
I'm
6'2".
I'm actually 6'0".
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
6 even.
6 even.
I would get up.
All right, fine. I measured myself.
5'11".
5'11", yeah.
Okay, that's-
But with lifts,
Oh, you're a solid.
I'm
6?
a solid 6,
There you
and nothing wrong with that, right?
Nothing wrong at
Nothing
all.
wrong with that. That's what I try to tell Junkyard.
As long as you feel comfortable in your own
I
skin.
do. I feel very comfortable. Right,
Um,
Junkyard? Well, are you looking up flat feet on Wikipedia?
No, I'm checking something for
You-
Momba.
You're looking up your doctor's note.
No, I do have flat feet. Very flat feet, and I used to get
Yeah, I wear flat. I have flat feet too, but I don't wear insoles.
but I started getting pains in my feet and in my
In your
ankles, and
butthole.
well, that too.
So those inserts, they ease the pain.
Yep.
I don't think that's.
Where do you get pain? Like on your? I don't know about flat feet. So what is
Yeah, I
that?
used to get, so what the doctor said is my fucking muscle started tearing away from the bone.
Isn't that
On the bottom.
called plantar fasciitis?
No, it's not.
So
It was a different thing. It was similar to plantar fasciitis. So I had to start getting. She did X-rays and shit, and she's like, "Yeah, shit's fucked up." So you need insoles. I'm like, "All right." I did. They're like $400.
Damn.
$400.
I only paid $200 though, because my insurance covered. Because I have a $200 deductible, so I only paid my deductible, which was $200, but they were $400.
Do they make a difference?
What the fuck?
Yeah, they fucking dude.
What-
I stopped getting pains.
What? Hey, didn't you notice how he stand up, Junkyard? Show him how tall you are now with him.
Motherfucker, I'm not taller because it actually. So when I put the insert in, since I wear all these shoes all the time, it sinks in.
Uh-huh.
So it's the exact same height.
Uh-huh.
I'm not any taller with them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What are these insoles made out of?
Carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah.
And that's worth your $400.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, because they're molded to your feet. So like I got a cast taken on my foot, and then they make them to fit your foot.
But they're flat, so why would they need a cast of something flat? They just-
It's not
I
like-
mean, like,
because
like
the whole
if you have flat feet, there should be a universal mold.
no. The point is
right?
it's for support.
Because your fucking feet are flat.
No, they have to make it so it supports your foot.
It
'Cause the
probably
whole
would
problem
also-
with flat feet is that since your arch is flat, you have no support.
Okay, so then you just make an arch.
No, but the thing is, you can't just make an arch because that will hurt your feet because you have flat feet. Imagine having a fucking flat and you have a fucking arch there. It's just like fucking jabbing you in your foot.
I'm trying to figure out what hurts more: having flat feet or being under like 5'8". What do you think hurts more?
I'm 5'8".
I'd rather be in constant pain when I walk
Yeah.
I'm 5'8".
because
Exactly.
Are you 5'8" with the inserts
Without
or without?
without.
I think you're 5'8" with the inserts.
with the inserts, I'm 5'8". still.
because physical pain I could power through. And I
But
could
what
deal
about
with that.
emotional? Like waking up every day and realizing you're like under 5'9"?
That's pain I can't wash away.
Mamba, what do you want?
What do you mean?
I'm gonna give you some choices. Hold on. Keep talking, and I'll give it to you right now. Just give me a second.
But you're talking to Mamba, so how can I talk?
Keep talking whatever the fuck you were talking.
Oh,
about.
you know what I want to talk about? Junkyard's blatant disregard for the safety of his wife.
Is there? Do you have two T's in your name or just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Why would he have two T's?
Actually, let me spell it out. Jonat.
I already know.
Yeah, yes. Are you talking about my last name?
Yeah.
I just want. Anyways, what was I
One
gonna
T, right?
Yeah, just one.
We're talking about Junker's blatant disregard. So while Junker was out getting his new lifts for his shoes, he left the door open. You want to talk about his blatant disregard?
Yeah, so usually Tony lives closer, so he gets here first, and then Junker will open the door for Tony, and then the door will usually be open, and I walk right in. So today I walked in, and I noticed that it was eerily quiet. So I looked in the basement, I didn't see anybody. I was like, "Where the fuck they at?" And then I looked into your bedroom, and it just so happened that your wife was in there. And she just looked at me, and I'm like, is Junker here?" She was like, "No, he went to the pharmacy." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I went into your kitchen, just proceeded to eat chocolates. But the fact that you left the door open with your wife here, like,
Tony was the last one out. He followed me out,
I don't want to.
so he technically left the door open.
I like to think I'm a good guy.
No, I think I went out first.
No, I went out first.
No, I went out first.
You sure?
Well, why didn't you make sure the door was locked? Why didn't you check it
I would
behind
just
me?
assume he'd lock it behind him, like a good person.
I like to think I'm a good guy, but
So it was open, like open.
No,
not
it wasn't wide open.
Like I just pulled it and it came.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't locked.
Yeah, it wasn't locked. It wasn't wide open.
So Junker could have easily gotten burgled.
Yeah, like thank God I'm me, because Junker, I could have forced myself on your wife.
Yeah. Luckily, Junker had the best home security, which is a bag of chocolates on the
Yeah.
table. Because
You're lucky.
Because that stopped you right on your tracks, didn't it?
You're lucky that of everything that got taken from your house today, when I snuck in, it was just 4 pieces of chocolate. That's it. It could have been a lot worse.
I think you got off pretty easy, Junkyard.
I guess.
And you didn't seem too concerned either.
Nah,
You're like, whatever.
shit happens.
Just go to Mexico and give me another one, right?
Bro, there's tons of women out there.
And I was like reading a story about when I was upstairs waiting for you to come home. I was reading a story about how some lady got her home invaded. And I was like, that could have been me. Not the person whose home got invaded, but the person
Who's invading the home?
doing the invading.
It's okay. She's got a pistol. She would have just shot you.
She don't have a pistol.
She got a pink one.
No, she doesn't. Really? That's cool.
No, I'm just kidding. No, she doesn't.
I would say that. Really? I would say that. That's pretty cool.
That's a joke. She doesn't have a pistol.
Is she gonna get one?
No. I'll probably get one, but not her. She probably won't. She won't want to use it. All right, you have a few choices here. What do you want for lunch on Friday?
I don't work with you Friday.
Next Friday, November 1st. You will be there.
Oh, okay.
It's from Jimmy John's.
Oh.
A Pepe, a Big John, a Totally Tuna, a Turkey Tom, a Vito, the Veggie, a BLT.
Which one's the most expensive? I think DeVito is the most expensive.
The gargantuan's the most expensive.
No, they don't gargantuan. Those are options.
but they're not all the same price. I think DeVito's
I don't
more
know.
expensive.
No, I think aren't those the $8? Because there's a $6 one.
That's just a regular one. Just think of standard, not the gargantuan.
No, because the Pepe's cheap as fuck, isn't it? Because
I
that
don't
one's
know.
like, yeah, no. Go for the one with the most ingredients.
I think the Big John probably has the most ingredients.
No, the Vito does because it's tomato, onion, lettuce,
Those
sauce,
are all vegetables.
Yeah.
oregano, salami,
You have
and
not-
cheese.
That's it.
Yeah.
That sounds like shit. What does the Big John have?
The Big John has lettuce, tomato, and roast beef.
What's more expensive, roast beef or salami? I think salami's more expensive because it takes longer. Like it's harder to make salami than roast beef, right?
I don't know. What do you want?
Go for the more expensive one.
You can also get a Pepe, which is ham and cheese. lettuce,
Ham, fucking
Tuna, which is tomato, cucumber, lettuce, and tuna salad.
That's just like the cheapest. Look, no, you go for the premium meats, Mambo.
I don't know. A turkey tom sounds pretty good
Okay, turkey tom it is.
with all the fake thing.
There, done.
Why? What is this for?
It's for our in-service on Friday.
What does that mean?
It's like where they teach shit. I don't fucking know. We just have to be there for support.
Oh, even me?
Yeah. We all have to be there.
Look at me. I already making moves, bro. I already making moves. I don't even know what this is, but I got to be there.
And you're getting fed.
And you're getting free lunch
Hell yeah.
I get free lunch too.
at the bread
At
lines.
the bread lines.
Hey, Junker, can I get my bread cut? In
Yeah,
slices?
you can.
Thank you. Would I be considered a traitor?
No.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, because
Oh.
we're not at war. If we were at war, you'd be a goddamn traitor.
It'd be like Hitler.
You'd be Hitler's Hitler, I was just about to say that Hitler's cutting your bread.
What was I going to say? I have news too.
What's your news?
As opposed to Tony's news, it's good news. It's not a shot at you.
Don't make it feel any worse.
No, I feel like you're already making me feel bad.
I also had a question.
Like it was very insensitive of you to talk about your exciting new lunch date when clearly I don't have. Not only do I not have that option to have lunch with you guys, I don't have that option to have lunch at all at any place.
Also, I had a question.
So I feel like that's kind of insensitive.
Sorry.
Before you were drinking your beer, I noticed that you were drinking a Red Bull.
Yes.
And my question is why? Because usually Red Bulls are for people that are awake and have stuff to do.
Yeah. Well, I take it because
Get them off you, bro.
because sometimes when you're in when you get these bouts of the big sad, you feel numb. Now that's probably like one of the worst feelings you can have is just feeling numb. So if you drink a lot of energy drinks, it gets your heart racing. So it makes you feel something.
But wouldn't you want to not get your heart racing so you could get the big sleep?
Yeah.
Because when I'm
No, you want to race it even more, so
Yeah.
it gives you a heart attack.
No, the way you get the big sleep is by
if he has like 20 of those, he could get the big sleep.
But when I'm feeling sad and I like take a nap, like I get the big sad and I'm like maybe this will be the big sleep. And then when I wake up and I'm like, rats.
like, God damn it.
Maybe next time, guys.
All right, what's your good news, Junkyard?
So I am in a contract to purchase a home.
Oh, did we talk about this last time?
No, he didn't. We talked about it on message.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. So if everything goes well, our studio will be moving in December.
Ooh, that means nothing to the audience, right? Because
It'll look different.
that means I have to pay more.
Exactly.
the cost of living just went up.
Exactly.
Hey,
This will be a premium service.
hey, it's cool. Like Netflix,
Just raise their prices?
Raise their prices. Amazon Prime changes. You know, all these companies are raising their prices.
And
so
you got HBO Max, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know what that is
No,
either?
no.
It's a new streaming service.
is it new HBO?
I'm gonna look this up.
I don't know. Google it. I don't know what it is. I figured Tony would know what it is.
No, because I know there's HBO. There's HBO Now
There's HBO Max.
and there's HBO Go. Now
But
there's
HBO Max is getting other shows. So I don't think
Oh, so HBO Max is like
it's
In a world that already
It's
has
gonna be like-
Netflix, Hulu, and among other streaming services, AT&T owned Warner Media has decided that you really need to set a subscription offering where you can watch a mix of old TV shows, previously released movies, and some original programming. So it's drawing up plans to launch a service of its own dubbed HBO Max.
so is it like HBO Go Plus?
When HBO Max
but
launches
it's
next
not.
year,
I don't think it's original content. It's just stuff.
It's like okay.
why would I just have HBO? Hold on.
because this is gonna have a backlog of other shit apparently.
So hold on, I'm saying, how does HBO Max figure to play for all those eyeballs?
Like I think HBO Max is making a push to get
Spring 2020.
South Park.
Here you go.
streaming.
How is HBO Max different from HBO Now?
Oh, you
if-
can watch Riverdale apparently.
If you heard
can watch
Warner
Riverdale
Media
on-
announce HBO
for
Max,
free.
Yeah, I can name you 3 streaming services that have Riverdale. One
Indeed
of them being
there
Netflix, or the CW one. Unless they pull them off the other ones,
No.
but I doubt it because like CW is like, I don't know how. Maybe, who knows. So what is Junkyard? What's the difference?
I don't know. Hold on. It said
Well, while you're looking that up, the only reason I am not excited about this is because HBO Go or HBO Now, whatever, they have the shittiest UI. Like, I fucking
yeah.
hate it. Like,
I hate HBO Go because the only thing I really watch on there is Last Weekend Tonight. And
you know, we should watch Euphoria.
I heard that's a good show.
I just finished watching it.
and I'm gonna start watching Watchmen.
Fucking great. Oh, I started watching that too. Watchmen, so far, I'm like, I just started watching it. It's good. Euphoria, phenomenal show. Like,
All right,
I don't know what to expect. Thought it was great. You should watch it.
I'll talk.
But back because I'm pretty sure I was griping about how shitty their interface is.
Yeah, but I have HBO Go too, so I want to gripe about that too.
Do you really?
My girlfriend has it.
So you don't have it.
I know somebody, and also I used to have yours, but so I don't have it anymore. But
it doesn't make any sense because it's like it just says it's a mute. I guess huge news just broke. A wonderful studio Ghibli library featuring
Studio Ghibli.
What? That's
featuring
actually
titles such as Howl's Moving
Howl's
Castle,
Moving
Dude.
Castle,
Kiki's Delivery
Spirited
Service.
Away.
okay. Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Now you
Well,
got
we've heard of
Now
the HBO Max
I
library.
am
While John Oliver
intrigued.
joked that HBO Max feels more like TV than HBO. What else?
I thought Studio Ghibli was
Doctor
going.
Who, I guess, is landing on this.
I thought they were going on. Was it on Hulu or something? Like they were gonna go exclusively. Like I don't know, but
I guess they're adding a lot more shows that aren't on HBO right now.
but it's
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
can you still
Pretty Little Liars.
Can you still watch HBO stuff on there?
Oh, CW network stuff too. Riverdale.
You're not answering my question.
So-
Yeah, you can. I think.
so it's the same as it's everything with everything that you get with HBO Now,
And then some.
plus other network shit like CW shit and Studio Ghibli.
So back to your
And they are going to make original programming. It looks like.
Okay, so back to my gripe. My gripe is that HBO has the shittiest user interface out of Hulu, Netflix.
Well, HBO Max probably
Amazon
won't be much
Prime.
different.
I'm just saying it's shit. They should really fix that before anything.
especially if they're gonna add all these shows on there.
Yeah. First, like when you log in, there's no like continue watching, which
No.
every other fucking streaming service has.
You have to find the show
And just hit
all
resume.
over again.
You have to find the show and you have to find the episode you were on.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's no like if you're watching There's no like watch the next episode.
Yeah, you have to go to the.
You have to back out of the whole thing, and then it's like, come on. And still, Netflix is the only one that does this, so I can't really fault HBO because Hulu doesn't do this shit either.
The skip intro.
It skip the intro. Why is Netflix the only one that has figured that out?
But they only do that on their shows, I think, right? They don't do it for everybody, do they?
No, they do it for all of them.
Sure.
Because they know that people.
Positive. You know how many times I've watched The Office?
They know that people binge.
Why would you skip the intro for The Office? It's like the best part.
Well, when you're watching like 10 episodes a day, it's like, come on.
No, man. You watch the whole thing.
Really? How many times have you seen the whole series?
2?
Okay, see, yeah. Then you wouldn't understand.
But yeah, that is a big problem. So every time I try to go on like watch last week in the night, I'm like, okay, I got to go to. I'm on the home page. I got to skip over to a button that you wouldn't notice is there unless you're looking for it. Press series. Go down and hope that they have it at the front page of series. If
So
they
you just
don't,
click on it, yeah.
then I got to go in alphabetical order and go to last L, and then I got to click on last week tonight, and then I got to go on the latest episode. So, and then sometimes when they have like the episodes, they might not have them in order. Like they usually do, but they'll have like skits and stuff in between, and I don't know which one is.
Yeah, because they'll have episode 1, then they'll have like episode 1 behind the scenes, or episode 2 sneak peek, and then episode 2. And it's like, and if you're watching it in like, if you just want to watch episode 1 and then it's over, instead of episode 2 playing, you got to watch all that shit in between. Like that'll start playing automatically. You got to like, fuck. And you got to skip all that shit.
So they should probably work on
their UI
before they move on to a whole new stream.
Guys, these are first world problems. There's kids in Africa that don't have food to eat. And you guys are complaining about HBO.
That's true. There's also people here that don't have food to eat.
Well, you know, when they're in heaven, they can watch what they want.
Such a dick.
Oh, man. You think I'll get to watch whatever I want when I go to heaven?
You've probably watched everything that you wanted to watch.
You want to watch it over again.
So are you excited about your new house, Junkyard?
I am. I think you guys might be excited too.
Well, so we're like, well, not going to tell us where it's at, but what neighborhood area?
It's in the Clearing neighborhood of Chicago.
How far is that from here?
10 minutes.
I'm just trying to see how inconvenient.
From your house, you will be 10 minutes long. Your drive will be 10 minutes longer
That's a long time.
to record than it is now.
That's like pretty far.
Momba's. Where do you usually get off on 55, right? 55 to Cicero?
Yeah, get off. Yeah.
Well, you could take Central, and your drive would be 10 minutes longer, too.
That sounds like that sounds like it's just more inconvenient.
And all those 10 minutes are probably spent on that stoplight on Central. Their off ramp when you get off the ramp.
Yeah,
and they have that
yeah.
long ass light.
No, because you'll be making a left instead of a right. Actually, a right would be better because I guess, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, no, that light does drag ass.
Yeah.
Or you can get off on Cicero. Who gives a fuck? It's the same
That's
shit.
even fucking worse. What do you want to get shot?
He gets off on Cicero every time he comes here.
Yeah. My car is riddled with bullet holes.
So I will be 10 minutes south of here.
So what I'm hearing is that we're basically going to be doing bi-weekly episodes now
No.
because that sounds like an inconvenience.
It's not that bad.
10 minutes south of here?
Yeah.
Isn't that like hood as fuck?
Yeah.
If you go 10 minutes south down Cicero,
I'm not going down Cicero, motherfucker. It's further west.
you said 10 minutes south. So 10 minutes southwest?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah,
It's because so like we're in between. Well, I'm not gonna say where we're between. We're between two major streets. Right?
Nobody's going to come looking for you.
I don't give a fuck. So we're between two major streets, right? There's a street right behind us. You know which one it is, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
So that street.
Say it.
Actually, I don't remember.
Well, anyway, so that street is the same street Tony lives on. I'm literally like straight shot from Tony, except he can't go all the way through because there's like shit
There's
in
that
between.
the fucking train
Right.
bullshit.
So he's got to go around. But I'm literally just like straight down.
So if I take that street that shall not be named and just go south, I'll hit your house?
Yes. Well, south and like a block east.
Well, it's not too terrible.
Yeah, that
No, it's not
sounds
bad.
hood.
It's not. It's Clearing. You know what Clearing is? It's nice. It's a nice area.
Pull it up on Google Maps. I want to see it right now.
Okay, hold on.
Look up Clearing Chicago crime rate.
And then
I did it. I did actually look up the whole
Let's see
neighborhood.
how many people get diddled per capita.
A lot.
How many diddlings per capita?
Judging by how secure Junkyard leaves his house, it's a high risk that somebody like myself can just walk in.
Well, don't worry. It'll be more secure there.
Are all those hearts like registered sex offenders?
No, they're my favorite places.
I think the people that have just got shot.
Okay, so we're currently right here. that nobody on the podcast can see or hear, but we are.
So
we're looking at a map.
So why are we talking about
Because I don't want to tell them where I live.
Bro,
fuck.
you're gonna work at or live at Navy Pier? Nice.
Yeah, I wish. No, we currently like right here. See the little house? That house is my house. Right now, where we're at.
I feel like this is pointless since the viewers
Well, who
can't
gives a
see.
fuck? I'm not going to show them.
Well, then we shouldn't even talk about it.
Because Mama want me to pull it up. So
Well,
I'm
you can
trying
pull
to
it up after the fact.
No, he wants me to pull it up now, so I'm doing it. So see, this is where we're at now. You see? Okay, this is where we're now.
Joker, if you don't take that off and move on, I'm gonna tell him what your address is.
And then, you don't know my address.
I'm gonna start.
And then I will be. So see, this is the airport.
All right, the first number is 2.
That's not my address.
Keep talking, Joker. I'm gonna release the second number.
All right,
And
okay.
and
So
as we proceed,
I'm right here.
the second number is 3.
oh, okay, you're in a really nice area then.
So that's where I'm at.
The third number is 4.
No, I'm not over here. This is what you're thinking. You're thinking like hood over here or over here.
The fourth number is 1.
You said 1 block east, and usually
Yeah.
the more east you go.
Yeah. The more east you go on this side of this big street right here, I'm west of that.
Okay.
All right, let's move on before I dox you.
Before that.
Anyway, so yeah, no, I'm excited. My wife's excited. We've got everything set.
Is she excited from moving from one room to another?
Yes.
Keep her locked in.
Yeah, because it'll be a bigger room. No, instead of her being locked in one room, she'll be locked in the whole home.
Oh.
So she'll have a little more, moving around space.
But she's not used to that much space. So you got to do it gradually.
Right.
So what you got to do is you got to put her in one room, and then like maybe a month or two, you get like the little gates, like for like babies, and then you move it like to the hallway. So she has access to 2 rooms. And then once she's acclimated to the 2 rooms, then you move it over, and then she has access to the kitchen, and then the rooms, and then you do it gradually.
No, she always has access to the kitchen because who else is gonna cook?
Oh yeah, that's the main room, right?
Yeah. Duh.
Do you want to show us pictures or later?
I'll show you later. But anyway, but everything's pretty much set to go. The only thing I'm waiting for right now is the appraisal, and that's like the biggest hurdle. That was the biggest hurdle. Remember, I was looking at a condo a few years back.
Yeah.
That was what killed my deal. Was the appraisal?
Yeah,
because
because
it appraised for less.
It was appraised for
a lot less.
A lot less.
And
Even though someone still bought it for whatever price.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I got fucked, but whatever. It'll happen.
What was it again? It was appraised too low, right?
So at the time, my condo I was looking at was 90,000. That's how much they were asking for, and that's how much we settled on. No, they were asking for 100 and something, but we settled on 90. They got appraised for like 60. It's like $30,000 less. And the bank's not going to give you fucking loan.
Yeah, the bank only gives you whatever the appraised.
Right, what the appraised value is.
So if you want it, you got to front the 30.
You got to front the 30 grand. I'm not going to front 30 grand
And like, the people were like, yeah, we're not going to sell it for.
Yeah,
for 30 grand less.
So.
Because we feel like it's worth more.
And it did sell for that. So
It
obviously
did sell for that.
They were right.
Right.
So the bank or the appraiser just fucked
The
up.
appraiser fucked me. And then, like, did they give you a list and pictures of all the other apartments that they appraised it against? Like, they compare? Like, all these were like shit. I was like, dude, they're like nothing like, because this place was rehabbed, brand new.
Yeah.
Everything was fucking beautiful. And all the ones we're giving me were like rat infested, like cockroaches on the walls and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
So do you think the appraiser just didn't like you?
No, well, the whole thing with appraisers is that they pick them at random. Like, they don't just pick a company and they don't just pick somebody. They just like randomly select. It's like a lottery. It's like whoever pops up, boom, that's what they get. So I think this guy was just shit. I think it was just a shit appraiser. So anyway, so that's the biggest hurdle. My lender, the guy that's helping me with the loan, he's like, because obviously you don't know what they're going to appraise because you just don't know.
Yeah.
So he's like, aside from the appraisal, it should be a slam dunk.
Oh.
That's what he said. His exact words. He said slam dunk.
Ooh, I like the basketball reference.
All right.
That means
well,
it's
no. First he said alley oop slam dunk. Then he said just slam dunk.
Yeah, because alley oop slam dunk, there's still room for error.
What if he?
But then he said slam dunk.
You're gonna end
after
up on Shaqtin' a Fool.
What if he's like a WNBA fan and slam dunks are super rare? So I was like, yeah, I said it's a fucking slam dunk. They happen once every season.
And unfortunately, this is not one of those times.
No.
I guess we'll find out.
So yeah, so that's the biggest hurdle will be the appraisal. So we'll see how that turns out. And if that goes all well, should be Gucci.
So how not difficult, but like how long does a house buying process take?
It's like a week.
It depends.
Dude, all you do is like you find
No.
a house you like. Okay, you like it.
You point it out to your realtor.
Yeah, you're like, hey, I want that one. It's kind of like when you go to a strip club. Like you can consider like when you go to a strip club.
Oh, like when I went to New Orleans.
Like you don't need to talk to the girls. You just talk to the guy at the front. He's like, I want that one.
Like that guy in New Orleans, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I want to buy a lap dance."
He's
And
like,
I
all
hope
right.
he doesn't think I was talking about him. I was like, yeah, I want to buy a lap dance. He's like, all right, well,
just pick
pick
one.
a girl. And I was
He's
like,
like,
I want her.
Okay, and then he went over and got her.
He didn't go over. He's like, all right.
He just
He came over.
and she came over. So it's the same thing. Like all you do is you see a house. You're like, all right, well, you just go to the realtor. Be like, I want that one. And then like, all right, well,
We'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen. And that's all you got to do.
No, it's not that easy. So
How long ago did you like?
so we started looking like just on the web, like just like at pictures and shit, and like comparing prices and shit, or like a few, for like almost over like about a year.
We
ago.
shouldn't take that into consideration. How long once you found the one you liked, and how long did it take for the process from okay, that's the one you decided on to where you are now?
We're currently on week 3. This is the 3rd week.
And when do you anticipate you'll close?
Before Thanksgiving.
It's inconvenience.
So this is what happens. So like you put an offer in. They have to accept the offer. If they don't accept the offer, you have to. They might counter. You might counter.
What if your offer is what they're asking for? Like to say,
then if that's what they want, if they're cool with it, then all right. Cool.
why wouldn't they be cool for their asking price? Like if they list something for 100,000 and my
the thing is that you don't want to always go with their asking price.
If I see a listing like, oh, that house is 100,000. Okay, I have 100,000. Here's 100,000.
Why would you do that?
Because
you're just fucking yourself.
Because I don't want to fucking wait like fucking 4 weeks.
You don't wait 4 weeks. You wait. They have 24. Or they have 48 hours to respond.
To respond to what? If they're asking for 100,000, that's
no.
My guy, you don't got a job anymore. You just can't say you'll pay 100,000.
Is this why this is not making sense to me? Like, is this why I don't understand this process?
You're still dreaming in a different tax bracket, bro.
I don't think I'm in a tax bracket right now.
No, you owe money.
I'm like negative when it comes to the tax bracket.
But the thing is that you don't want to ask the asking price. You need to finagle. You need to haggle, man. You can't just be like, oh, it's 100 grand. All right, I'll give you 100 grand. You gotta ask for shit back, man. You gotta you try to save money.
Just
give them what they want.
The reason why I'm asking is because my girlfriend's brother, he lives with us. In case he listens to this podcast, I'm not bad mouthing him. I like him. I just think he's making a silly choice. But he's an adult. He makes his own. But he's going in on a house with 2 of his friends. The problem is that he's giving thousands of dollars to this guy to make a down payment on a house,
right?
And then he's not going to get
right.
At the end of the day, he's not going to get anything.
So the problem is that he's really trusting these guys.
That he's not going to get kicked out.
He's not going to get fucked because I'm assuming that it's only going to go under one person's name.
It's going to go under one person's name.
So unless there's like a contract or they have something in writing, that guy can just be like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And they have no choice.
Right.
Right. So,
they have already looked at houses. I guess they saw one that they like and they're making an offer. And he's like, yeah, we're going to. I just, I think he has an unrealistic timetable of how long, you could. Maybe they do accept his offer and something, but so you still got to do a bunch of other stuff.
Right. So then after you make your offer, and so let's say they accept, right? Say they accept the first round. There's no counter offering. Then after that, then you have to sign the contract, saying this is my offer. Blah blah. They sign. You sign. They sign. That goes to your lender, and you should get a lawyer. Your lawyer and your lender both look it over. The lawyer obviously checks, makes sure everything's legal. The lender says, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna, this is how much you're offering. This is how much we're gonna be able to give you this money. It's for you to pay the mortgage or for you to mortgage the house, whatever." Anyway, after the fucking the lawyer, then you have to do the home inspection. Well, you don't have to, which is where you guys fucking were talking shit to me last time.
Yeah, where you have some guy just plugging his cell phone charger.
This time was different. This time, motherfucker checked everything. He checked the. Because last time it was a condo, so obviously it was just really small space. This time he checked the foundation. He checked to make sure there's no leakage. He checked the roof.
How do you check the foundation? Did
He's got a little. He's got a little.
He walks outside and he's like, stomps his foot. He's like, "Yep, that there solid.
Yeah, that's solid ground right there.
Solid ground right there. Check."
No, he's got.
Now I haven't checked for an Indian burial site, but chances are you're good.
No, he's got a machine. He's got a machine that he hooks up. Anyway.
Dude, I can just go and stomp on your floor for
he
free.
didn't stomp on the fucking floor.
Like he paid a guy with a machine to go stomp on his floor.
He didn't stomp on the floor
to tell him that there's solid ground. Like, dude, I could have told you that for
all you know. You said a machine, right? Do you know what kind of machine?
What do you
Like, do you know what the machine was? The checks on the ground.
I know of the machine. I don't know like
It
how it
sounds
works.
like he just put a toaster with an antenna
Yeah.
on the ground, like, and he was flipping it up and down. He was like, "Yep, all good, solid as a rock."
No, this guy's really good actually. And he checks your fucking electric, your plumbing, your fucking furnace, and your water heater.
So what? He flushed the
He
toilet,
took a shit.
took a shit, flushed,
Make sure it doesn't
took
clog.
a shit, flushed
Yeah.
it, plugged in his phone, charged it up.
No.
All right, well, my phone's charging, so I guess we're good.
Anyway,
Flip the light switch, on, off, on, off. All right.
nope, that's not what he did at all. Anyway, at the end of the inspection, he gives you a report. The report shows what's wrong with the place and what's, so you have time. There's only like a short period of time where you have to ask the sellers either to fix it or give you money for it, for the shit that's wrong, shit that you want fixed. They can if they don't want to fix it, or if it's something major that they don't want to fix it, you can just be like, fuck it, I'm out of the deal. You can walk away at that point in most cases, as long as you have that clause in your contract. If they do want to fix it, or they do want to, then or credit you for it, and you're okay with what they're going to credit you for it, then obviously it keeps moving. The train keeps going. You get your lender. Your lender, you have to sign all like a fucking million fucking papers for your taxes, your social security, your everything. Fucking show tax statements, show fucking income, dude, it's just like, it's a fucking headache. And just to make sure that, so they're trusting you with thousands of dollars, right? So they obviously want to make sure that you're reliable and that you have money. You're not going to fuck them. They don't want to get stiffed. Like I've stiffed many of people. Well,
Not these guys.
not these guys.
These guys have anti-stiffing policies
Exactly.
in place.
Exactly.
So these guys saw you coming.
Exactly.
They're like,
so
oh.
they're like, we need to see extra documentation on you. So yeah, and then once that goes through, then they do the appraisal. Well, they do the appraisal. Meanwhile, all that process is going, because they do a whole more like checking and rechecking and shit like that on their end. And then they do the appraisal. If the appraisal comes through good, if they say, oh yeah, it's worth what you guys are asking for, whatever, it's worth more, whatever. Then obviously you just wait for the lenders to finish. Once they have approved everything's good to go. Then you go to close. They set a date for closing, and then you go sign the papers, pay your closing costs, or whatever you owe on your down payment. That's it. And then boom, you get the keys. You're done. Home is yours.
But it's a process.
It's a very long process. Well, not very long. It's like I said, it's about a month or more, depending. If it's a short sale,
what
it takes even longer.
That doesn't make
that
sense.
defeats the purpose of a short sale.
No. It's just a clever name. It's not really a short sale.
That's where they get you.
That's where they get you. Short sale takes like months because there's a judge that has to prove it.
What is a short sale?
So a short sale is when
Like, is that for like when one owner sells to the other owner directly? Like, hey,
No,
I
no.
saw you a house.
no, that's not what it is. A short sale is when someone's in financial distress and they're going to lose their home. Like they're going to get
Like foreclosure?
foreclosed, but they're not foreclosing yet. So the bank is letting them sell it,
Like on the quicks.
like on the quicks. Well, not really on the quicks, but they let them sell it for whatever is owed, and they basically take a loss on it. Like the people take a loss.
I wonder if that's what my mom tried.
So then it's got to get approved by the bank. It's got to get approved, I think, by a judge. That everything's like on the up and up before it can even go through. So that process takes months. Like it could take up to like half a year in some cases.
So it's not very short.
It's not very short. They call it a short sale, I think, because you're short on cash. You know what I'm saying?
So I remember since you mentioned that like my brother was I don't know if I think he told you about it too. When he was living when he was in college, they rented this house.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
No. I've never been to it, but he told me about the house.
So they rented this, I remember he told me the story. I thought it was fucking crazy. So they rented this house, and it was him and like I guess he had 2 or 3 roommates. Were on there, and so apparently like the house was owned by the parents of one of his classmates. I guess some girl they went to school with. Her parents owned the house, and they're like, yeah, we'll rent it to you guys. So they would just give her the rent every month, and then she would pay her parents whatever. So they were doing that for a while. And I guess like I think it was like maybe around I forgot like what time of the year it was, but they kept getting, this was like I think the last year they weren't going to be there for like one more year, or this was the last year they were on. I don't know exactly how long they had, but they kept getting these letters kept coming in the mail that were just like from lawyers, and they're like, man, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And so apparently, they found out that the house was like being foreclosed, and they're like, okay, well,
where's all our money going?
no, they're like, well, like fuck, like no, they're more worried about like, are we gonna just get kicked out one day? Because what if like the bank shows up knocking on the door, like, hey man,
Yeah, get out.
y'all gotta get out. So I guess they actually contacted a lawyer, and the lawyer is like, well, if you're getting like those, like if you see those letters coming in, chances are they're probably already in the process, but it could take like, I don't know. I think they said that they had time because like, yeah, because like they're like, oh, we're only here till like the end of May, and then we're all done. It's like, oh yeah, like I think he told him, the lawyer said like, yeah, you'll be fine. Usually this process takes like a year or two or whatever. And they're like, but then so what does it mean? Like, well, technically now the bank owns the house. They're like, so why do we have to keep paying rent? They're like, no. They're like, you don't have to pay them because they haven't made mortgage payments in I don't know how long. So if you give them money, it's like you're just giving them money.
Yeah.
And the bank's not going to come ask for rent because the bank's going to foreclose. So I guess they got to live rent free for like the remainder of the year. Yeah.
Did they ever inquire? Like, did they ever ask that girl like, hey, what do you guys do with our money?
I don't know if
So how much did they pay?
I don't know how much they paid a month, but I mean,
I'm saying how much did they pay? Like, how much money did they lose? I guess from
from the time that how much money could they have saved had they known right away? I don't know.
How many months worth? Maybe we should call him and ask.
We should. I mean, he listens. Maybe he can write us an email giving us give us the deets
and let us know if you're listening to this. Tell us what happened with that girl and her family.
Give us a voicemail 774-40-NKOTP.
Did the daughter know? Like, was she in on it?
I'm sure she knew.
So she's trying to fuck him? Is that it?
Probably. She was
financially fuck him. Yes.
Yeah.
Not the good kind.
Not the good kind.
Ordinary fuck.
Yeah.
So, congrats, John Karen.
Thank you.
Are you excited about owning your own house?
I am. It's not like a big house. It's a small house.
Well, it's only the two of you guys.
Right.
How many bedrooms?
Well, technically 2 bedrooms, but there's a third room, which will be like an office.
What about the studio?
That'll be in the basement, like it is now.
Okay, so now
Why can't it be in the office?
I mean, it could, but
it'll be small, won't it?
well, yeah, but the basement will be smaller. The basement's
No, I'm saying like that one.
oh yeah.
I mean,
Well, no, they're about the same size. The basement will probably be smaller than it is in here.
1 floor or 2 floor?
Well, it's the basement, the main floor, and the upstairs.
Okay, so
but it's like a single family home, right?
Yeah, it's like a townhouse, even though it's not really a townhouse because it's
Sounds fancy.
No, it's not. It's like in Chicago, in that area specifically, during World War II.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Giving us the
I'll
lore.
give you the history.
Give us the lore, junkyard.
During World War II, for
Is
those
that when this house was built?
yeah, actually it was. It was built in the 40s. During World War II, at Ford City, you guys know where obviously where Ford City is.
I know all about Fort Shitty.
Wars happen there all the time.
Exactly.
To this day.
Explosions.
So at Ford City,
Last time I was there, some guy threatened to shoot everybody for a parking spot.
well, a lot has not changed. So during World War II, the Ford City Mall used to be a Chrysler. Surprisingly, Chrysler, not a Ford. Well, even though it was a Ford later, it was a Chrysler plant. But they didn't make cars; they made engines for the B-2 bombers.
Oh.
So during that time, they needed a place for the workers to live, because a lot of them were coming in from out of the Chicagoland area. So there weren't many homes at the time, like in that area, because it was very whatever. So they built. There's a section in Clearing, and then inside Clearing, there's another even smaller spot. I live like on the outside of that. I live in the actual Clearing neighborhood, but on the inside of the Clearing neighborhood, there's another place called Chrysler Village, which was made for the Chrysler plant. But there's all over, like around Chrysler Village, inside and outside of Chrysler Village, there's nothing but duplexes. So would you guys know what duplex is? There's this homes touching together.
Yeah.
So like think about like this house and another house touching.
Yeah, they're all like connected.
They're all connected. And they did that for the Chrysler employees. So it was cheaper to make homes that way. So where I'm at, it's not in Chrysler Village, it's just outside. It's still in Clearing, but they're all duplexes. So my home would be connected to other homes, like next to it. So you're so it's similar to a townhouse in the way that
so you can just like
it's made.
So you can sit in like one of your rooms and just knock on the
wall, and then they can hear you next door.
And then your neighbor can knock back.
Right.
Make a friend.
Yeah, exactly. And but this is not technically a townhouse because there's no association fees. There's no none of that bullshit you have to deal with because like the property is yours, like from wall to wall, inside and outside is yours. It's just you just so happen to have people like literally the house next to you is touching.
So out of all the houses you look at, which one was this on your list?
So okay, so I looked at up many houses, and I had two other favorites. The problem with so I found this one fucking fantastic house.
Was that the one that like looked shitty in real life?
No, the one that looks the ones I've seen that look shitty in real life actually were shitty in real life. This one I saw actually looked pretty nice in real life and in pictures.
Okay.
It was pretty expensive. It was only a 2-bedroom.
Because I feel that those real estate website pictures are worse than like getting catfished.
Sometimes they are, dude. Dude, I look at this house like, fuck, that shit looks nice
It's
as
like
shit.
it's like everything is taken like with a wide angle lens.
Yeah. Dude, the room looks like it's 100 feet like wide.
Yeah.
You get there, it's like two by two and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? How is this room that big in the picture? And it like all shiny and bright and like
Yeah.
beautiful looking. And you get there and it's like all dim and dark and like falling apart and shit. It's like, what the fuck? And it's not they photoshopped. They just took.
Nice pictures.
Yeah, it's like for the fucking McDonald's commercials where the fucking burger looks all beautiful and like dripping perfectly, and then you go to McDonald's and you get it and it's all smashed with the fucking.
Oh, Chuck it. Stop. You're gonna make me sweat.
You're making
bro.
it. You're making it moist.
So yeah, so that's exactly what it. But then you get the opposite side of that sometimes. Sometimes you get like pictures that are like shitty. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to go look at this place. But you go look, you're like, I'm gonna give it a chance. You go look at it and you're like,
That's pretty nice.
that's pretty nice. This was a little bit well. Anyway, so I looked at this one house. It was within my price range, but the problem is like, if I were to buy this house, I'd be like pretty tapped. Like I could afford it, but then I wouldn't be able to afford anything else. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so
Like, I
you-
could afford the house. I could afford to like eat.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die of starvation. You
But
know.
you gotta leave yourself a little bit of a cushion. 'cause
Right.
you
I
never
want
know.
I want to have some fun. I want to go to the movies. I want to go do trivia
Yeah,
nights.
you gotta pay for those lifts on
Right.
your shoes.
Exactly.
Those carbon fiber 2-inchers.
I got to donate to Tony's fucking unemployment fund.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
So I can't afford to like have a little bit of money extra. So, but anyway, this place was only a 2-bedroom, 1.5 baths, and I'm like, dude, the place was nice. Like it was nice, and it was in a really nice. It was in Garfield Ridge. It was in a real nice neighborhood. The problem is like I'm not gonna pay that much money for something that I could pay like what I'm paying now, which is like half that. Like almost, it's literally almost $100,000 cheaper for like the exact, almost similar square footage. It's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why am I going to spend the extra money? So I was like, fuck it. I want to buy something a little bit smaller, or not even smaller because it was probably close to the same size. But it's just, it's like they're just the only difference. You're buying a house that's touching other houses. That's why it's cheaper. But that's the good part of that is, so on a regular house. So for example, that house was like $3,000 in taxes. This is like half of that because you're not really like, it's only like part of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're not paying. I guess I don't know how it works, but they don't. They charge you like half the taxes on that house that they do on like the other houses that aren't touching.
Occupying half the land.
I guess I don't know how that works, but yeah,
They probably the tax is probably based on like the entire like section of the duplex or something.
I must be because it's so. For example, like I said, that house was $3,000. This house is $1,500 for taxes. It's like literally half the price.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like literally the same. Like that house was like 900 square feet. This one's like 860 or some shit. So it's like it's like negligible difference. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna buy it cheaper. And like so with this house, I'm not gonna be fucking rich by any means, but I have a little wiggle room. I'm gonna be like suffocating in debt.
You know who is suffocating?
You
Me.
exactly.
All right, man. After this, we're gonna go to the gas station and get you some whatever you want.
He bought some M&Ms. He's got some peanut M&Ms.
Actually, I did have a come up earlier because when I went to Junkyard, when he went to go pick up his hemorrhoid cream, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get some.
I wish I had hemorrhoid cream.
So I went and I got two. I was gonna get just one, but they're like $3.19 for one, or they're 2 for $5 with the Walgreens cards. I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it. So I got two of them. So I got there and the girl's like, oh, you want to use your Walgreens card? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I put my phone number in, and like, all right, total was like $5.54, and then I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna put it on my credit card, and then so I put in for my Walgreens card, and he's like, oh, do you want to use your points or whatever the fuck? I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll probably have like $1. I had $5 in that bitch.
Oh.
Woo! My total was 54 cents.
I think you should have saved those, bro.
See, I didn't even know I had that many. Otherwise, I would have bought like something else. But yeah, that was a come up.
You got to appreciate come-ups when they come around.
Mm-hmm.
And then he used whatever was left for the kid outside selling candy.
Oh, it was a kid outside selling candy. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just buy candy from the kid outside. He was selling like M&Ms and Snickers and shit for like $1. It was cool because like he didn't look like he even wanted it. Like he was just standing there like, yep, I'm selling it. No, I'm not gonna ask you if you want to buy any. So
He wasn't like doing a pitch or nothing. You know,
No.
kids are like, hey, you want to buy candy for my football team?
nope, he was just there
standing
chilling.
there.
He's like, psh,
He's like, buy it if you want.
Yep.
if you don't, I
all
don't give a
right.
fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
damn.
Tony's like, hey man, I'll buy some.
Exactly.
You liked his attitude.
And he
I
did.
did.
He didn't even do anything. He's like,
He's like, how much? I'm like, oh, he's like, oh, it's $1. I'm like, all right, here's $1. He's like, all right, well,
have at it.
have at it. Whatever you want. I'm like, all right, grabbed it. Was on my way.
He didn't even hand him. He didn't even say like, what do you want? He's like, all right, there
He
you
didn't
go.
say thanks, mister.
The box was right
No,
there.
he did say thank you. He was polite.
But he was just like, hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's like, you know how it works. You give me the money.
Come on.
You pick whatever you
Come on,
want.
come on. This isn't your first
I
rodeo.
ain't try, I'm not going to try to hustle you, sir.
You should ask him how much it was for the whole box.
I'm pretty sure it was more than $1,
Obviously.
and probably more than what I had in my pocket. So that's why I didn't ask him.
You should be like, I'll give you $50 for the whole box.
Even though there was like only 10 pieces of candy in there.
Yeah. You gotta help out the cause, man.
I mean, I would if I had sustainable income. I would definitely do that. But
What cause? That kid had no cause.
I don't know. I'm sure he did. It wasn't just like those. It was like
Was there like a flyer on the box? No, there was nothing.
no, but it wasn't like it's just a box again. It was like one of those boxes you get from
like those
like the fundraiser boxes. It wasn't like
Are you talking about?
It's like a Hershey's fundraiser box.
Yeah.
It has like a
Okay.
bunch of different ones. And
I wouldn't have bought those. I would have bought the world's finest chocolate.
I don't like those. I like
You don't like the world's finest
no.
chocolate?
I like the
but
other
it's the
ones.
world's finest.
No, there was one that I used to sell when I was a kid. Oh, what the fuck was it called?
For
It
those who don't know, I don't know
was
if
not
they.
World's Finest.
I don't know if they sell them outside of Chicago, but it's a.
I'm pretty sure they do.
They probably do, right?
Yeah.
It's a company that sells like chocolate specifically for kids fundraising. It's called World Finest Chocolate.
I like the. I used to like the caramel one.
There's a caramel and the
And
crunch one that I used to
The
sell.
crunch one was decent. I like
I'm all
the,
about the almonds.
There you go. The almonds is good and peanuts is decent. But yeah, like just the regular plain ones. Nah, not a fan.
I'm trying to find out what chocolate it was that I used to sell. See, it comes with World Finest. It's not World Finest. Look, it was one of those Hershey's
Yeah.
fundraiser kit ones.
Yeah, that one.
That's what he was selling. That kid was selling.
Oh, I don't even need to go through those kids. I could buy a box of them for
At Target.
$22.
Yep.
What is?
Fuck them kids.
in the words
Michael
of
Jordan.
Michael Jordan, fuck them kids.
When did he say that? I forgot.
He's never actually
Oh.
said
I never
it.
said that. It was just something that somebody said because I think he did an interview when they asked him like how do you feel about kids that are like you know robbing each other or like shooting for over your shoes and he says something to the effect of like he didn't say that but it was more to like what the fuck you want me to do about it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So it got paraphrased to fuck them kids.
yeah. Instead of like the Colin Kaepernick picture of him.
Yeah.
Like, what does he say? I forgot.
What is it like? Believe in something, even if it means losing everything or some bullshit like that.
For Michael Jordan. It was
Michael
just-
Jordan, fuck them kids. Oh, that is great.
I also like the controversy that he got into over the weekend when he was like, "Yeah, I don't think Steph Curry is going to be a Hall of Famer."
no,
like-
I thought that he said he's not a Hall of Famer yet.
I mean, obviously he's still young and he has a lot, but I mean,
Like if he were retired today, like I think if he retired today, he would be a Hall of Famer.
yeah, he would be, but not according to
Like,
Michael
not according to
Jordan.
Michael Jordan. But then again, Michael Jordan also said, "Fuck them kids."
Including
Side note, Junkie, are you excited for your newest acquisition? Talk about your hat.
Yes.
San Francisco Niners just signed. Was it Mohamed Sanu? Mm-hmm. Solid receiver
for
from
those
Atlanta.
who don't.
For those who don't follow football nor care,
Is he good?
The Niners.
He's good.
The Niners are
Niners-
the best
Niners-
team in the NFL.
I mean, I don't know how they're. I mean, they're a really
They have
good
a great
team.
defense.
The quarterback sucks.
Bro, don't be talking about
Dude,
my boy
he
Jimmy
fucking
G.
sucks.
Bro, he's better than
He's
fucking.
fucking trash.
He's better than Trubisky.
Oh, anyone's better than fucking Trubisky. Anyway, this is not a football podcast, so we'll move on.
Bro, These Niners, baby.
No, I do like the Niners.
Super Bowl champs.
Best run game in the league.
Bro, my teams are coming up this year. I'm going to have the Niners win the Super Bowl. I'm going to have Juventus winning the Champions League. Bro, everything's coming up me.
I mean,
you know what everything's...
I'm happy for you, I guess.
Do you know what everything's not coming up? Me.
Bro, it's okay because it's all going to turn out for you.
Listen, how many rooms you got, Junkyard? 2?
2.
In an office?
Yeah.
There you go. You got a place to stay.
You do have a place to stay. You're always welcome in my
I appreciate
my
that.
home.
Because my next plan, because you were talking about how like this whole process of like
you were like, it's funny that you bring that up.
yeah, you bring it up, Junkyard. I actually brought some stuff with me.
I said there, not here.
That's why I was
You
asking.
can't stay here.
That's why I was asking. How long does this take? Like how soon?
Not soon enough.
Oh, because what was I gonna say? I had something funny, but whatever. Oh yeah, because when we're talking about like how long does this process take, and like you say short, so it actually takes longer, and then you gotta go through all these appraisals. You know what takes like a lot less time, and it's way cheaper? Is squatting. All you do is find a place that nobody lives at, just set up shop.
And if you stay there for years, you get to keep the place.
Yep, and if you stay there long enough, he's squatter's rights.
Exactly. I mean, hey man, get in where you fit in.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought about that. I thought about squatting somewhere. Like, hey, that would be a good idea, but it's hard to find abandoned buildings that are in good shape. You know what I'm saying?
And then you got to defend it from other squatters.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, what happens if, like, you find this abandoned building and you're like, I'm going to squat here. I'm going to make it my own. And I, like, fix it up a little bit. Then somebody comes and claims it before your squatter's rights kick in.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, fuck, I just fixed this up for nothing. It's somebody else's shit.
You know what?
Then
I
you're
Like, did you guys? I don't know if you saw this video. I think it was from a few years ago. There's one guy in Texas who found a loophole or did some shit like where he actually bought a house for like super cheap, like
Shut up,
super cheap, and he started living there. And the thing was like he basically finessed his way into this house, and then just started like living there.
So I'm
and-
sorry, Junkyard is
Yeah,
farting
what the
out of
fuck is wrong with
he's
you?
farting out of his nose.
You're right, Junkyard.
He sneezed and it went.
You know, if you suppress a sneeze, you could burst a blood vessel in your brain and you'll die. So you should probably just let it out.
Nah, I'm good. I'm waiting,
Are you
for, the,
alright?
I'm waiting for the big sleep.
Is it all the mold in this basement?
Yeah, probably.
All the black mold.
So I'm trying to get out of here.
Are you gonna file a grievance with the current landlord? you're gonna hand your mom a lawsuit.
Yep.
All right, so this guy found the loophole.
So this guy finessed his way into this house, really nice house, and apparently like, I think he was like, if he was able to stay in that house for like I think a month or two more, it legally would have been his. But the problem is that like I guess the neighbors started like snitching on him, and they started like raising like a fucking stink, and they actually got
got him out of there.
got him out of there before that. And now I don't want to assume, but this guy was African American, and all the neighbors were very Caucasian. So I'm pretty sure they had something to do with it because they looked like they were not happy that this guy was even in the neighborhood,
let alone squatting.
But the thing is, like, let me see. I'm gonna see if you can pull it up. Let me look it up so I can just send you a link because it might take a while. I don't want you to like just like search for shit. Anyway, keep talking because I have a theory on that, and I have a theory on it and how he could have gotten away with it, and how I would have gotten away with it if I was him.
I would have just not came outside. But I guess he has to go back and forth between. But if you're a squatter, do you have a job? Like,
I think he had a job.
are you okay, Joker?
I think I'm dying.
I think you're right. How many? That was like 15 sneezes.
I know, man. I think I'm dying. If I take the big sleep tonight, will you guys do it last episode for me?
Sure. What do we tell your wife?
Oh, here we go. He bought the house for $16. Apparently.
How did you buy it?
Oh, I found it. Hold on, let me see if I could.
Let's just read it.
No, it was a YouTube video that came up.
Oh. Well, then I'm still looking for
okay, here it is. I found it.
fundraiser chocolates.
All right, check us out on Facebook, right?
Are you messaging it to me?
Oh, that's kind of slow.
Is it a video explaining the situation?
Yeah, I'm not looking for. Oh, here we go. ABC News. All right, Junkyard, I'm about to send you something.
Are you going blind, Junkyard?
Why?
I know your eyes are all like.
No, that's my hunches. I fucking getting all teary eyed and shit.
All right, go ahead. I sent it to the. So, I guess he found like some fucking loopholes or some shit, and he actually like was able to quote unquote buy the house for $16, and it's like a $330,000 house. If you scroll down, you don't gotta like, because I think the video's like 2 minutes long. We ain't got time for that shit.
What do you want me to read it?
Yeah, just read like the first paragraph.
All right. Kenneth Robinson has finally been kicked out of his $340,000 home that he lived in since June for $16. Robinson, 51, lived on Waterford Drive in Flower Mound, Texas, but he did not own or rent the home.
Dang, a $340,000 house in Texas. That was probably a mansion.
It is a mansion.
He claimed he had the right to live in after the owner abandoned the property, which had been in foreclosure for over a year, and the mortgage company reportedly went out of business.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah. So the owners like
So nobody owned it then.
So basically like the owners like just dipped. They're like, fuck this. They let it foreclose, and the mortgage company that I guess took it ended up going out of business. So he's like, oh, I guess I'll just live here.
So he submitted a $16 filing fee at the local courthouse, claiming the law of adverse possession gave him the right to occupy the home. However, a judge in Denton County ruled Monday that the current lien holder, Bank of America, can force Robinson out. Robinson had become a local celebrity of sorts, writing an ebook and creating a website, http $16house.com. I don't know why I said HTTP, just because it's there, I guess. About the home in which he lived for about 8 months. On his site, he states, "I'm successful because I can see it no other way." After the judge's decision, he told Associated Press that he had moved out, ending what he called a huge learning experience. Prosecutors are cracking down on others hoping to emulate Robinson. Adverse possession is a common law concept developed in 1800s. According to Lucas A. Ferreira, a partner in Newman Ferreira, a New York City real estate law firm, adverse possession was enacted to ensure that a property wasn't abandoned and was maintained and monitored. It requires a posting of a clear public notice that someone is at the property, hence the court filing, and that someone would remain there for a specific period of time, usually 10 years. After the time requirement is satisfied, the Robinsons of the world have the opportunity to claim clear title to this property. In the meantime, the original property owner could fight the action, but it would be costly. And since the house has already been abandoned, it's not like the original owner would wage an expensive legal battle to get it back. The mortgage holder would have to fight a court action too.
Which the mortgage holder is out of business.
Yeah.
But it was Bank of America, I guess.
Yeah, but the
because
thing
they
is,
purchased. I guess they purchased the company.
but they never. I guess they just like that one like fell through the cracks because it wasn't until the neighbors started like complaining and like talking shit that they actually like started looking into it. But the thing is, what I would have done is obviously like he was in a area where I'm sure
wealthy.
he faced some discrimination because they're like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? If I were him, if I would have been squatting there, first thing I would have done is I would have gone to like the fucking Goodwill and got a suit. And just every time I left the house, I would walk out in a suit, just looking super important, like you fucking belong there. Because I'm pretty sure they just looked at him.
But I'm sure he had a shitty car.
The way he was dressed. Well, fucking wash it.
No, but he's not. I mean, even if you wash your your Toyota
Look, man,
Tercel,
it doesn't matter. You fake
still a
it.
Tercel.
You fake it hard. It's worth it for a $300,000 house. I will fake the shit. I will go buy a fucking get a newer fucking Tercel.
It's not like he's paying rent.
Exactly.
So he could lease a car for like a few the amount of time he needed to own the house.
Exactly. Because I'm pretty sure he just walked out in like basketball shorts and fucking slides. Like he was probably like didn't shave. So of course they're like, what the fuck's this guy doing here? You gotta look the part, man. Look the damn part. I was like, oh, we could have gotten away with it.
And then when you get your job at the gas station,
I'll be there at 3 a.m.
yeah,
buying snacks.
you take off your suit and
Exactly.
That's hilarious. I wish I could buy a house for $16.
Read that headline.
This one?
That
I'm gonna show this video. Little kid walks in on his mom getting banged, then does an impression of it right to her face.
just like Forrest Gump.
Exactly. So this is
Yo mama show does care about your education.
I want to show this video. It's hilarious. There's this kid doing his mom impression of his mom. Not doing his mom, doing an impression of his mom.
And she recorded it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Y'all be having it.
Who be having it? That might be the movie we be watching sometimes.
The movie? Oh, yeah, the movie.
Y'all don't have a TV in y'all.
We can watch TV on my computer though.
No.
So you don't hear that. What you hear?
Would I really hear?
Yeah.
What I really hear?
I really hear.
Let me tell you what I really hear.
Oh, really?
What?
Would I really hear?
Nothing.
I really hear. He should be spying on us in the first place.
Thank you.
I've been looking at it.
Facts.
Listening to what?
I've been listening to y'all two. I have my ear close up to the door. I hear all of this.
First of all,
Nosy ass little
listening
shit.
to the doors.
I was spick.
I'm still trying to figure out what you be hearing. So what do you hear?
They may be playing a surprise for you.
I'm trying to understand. What you be hearing? Okay, then.
Give me some up.
I'm surprised that mom actually recorded that and put it on. Well, I mean, I guess she's not ashamed of getting dick down, right? Why would she be?
Yeah.
Clearly not. I mean, hey, to each their
I mean,
own.
the only
right?
people with negative comments are the ones that ain't getting it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that's hilarious. What would you do if your kid fucking heard you having sex?
I'd tell him this is how you were made.
Would you not be upset? Especially if he came up to you and did the fucking...
If he saw, I would probably laugh. If he started to go, I was like, is that how it really sounds? Yeah.
That's...
I mean, I think your kids should know about stuff like that, so why hide it?
Did you guys ever walk into your parents having sex?
Yeah, when I was 18 years old.
Really? You're
Yeah.
already a grown-ass man? Walking
Yeah.
into your parents having sex?
Oh.
Did you see them both naked?
Yep. Bare bodies.
Oh my god! And what did they say?
So in my defense, it was the middle of the day on a weekend. Like, it's not like it was 5. It was like 4 a.m, and I was like a little kid walking to my parents' room. This was when my parents had a house. I was upstairs. I came down, and I went to their room. And their room isn't in a their room wasn't in the secluded part of the house. It was like,
Did you like need lunch money or something?
I don't know what the fuck I need. I was like, hey, mom. And I opened the door, and then I just see 2 naked bodies on top of each other. And I say, and I just say, oh my goodness. And I close the door behind me. I go back upstairs. And then 5 minutes later, I guess they took the time to get dressed and everything.
And Cole explained to you the birds and the bees.
My mom, she like goes to the bottom of the stairs. She's like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I was telling her, I was like, it's the middle of the day. All your children are home. Why would you guys do it right now?
So, Tony, how did you feel when he
Oh,
walked in?
I knew it. I knew it.
Well, I mean, it was a little strange because I didn't tell him I was coming over that day.
Listen, soon he's not gonna have a home to have sex in. And Junker's mom is getting plowed every night.
Damn, Mama.
That's why he's moving out.
Why you coming at our heads for, Mama?
You guys back me into a corner. You took an opportunity. I appreciate that. I shouldn't have opened up. I shouldn't have opened myself to an attack like that.
You left yourself vulnerable.
Yeah, I saw it coming. I was like, oh, one of them, and I was like, one of them is gonna say something.
Tony, have you ever walked out on your parents?
No, I actually haven't.
No? Have you ever heard them?
No.
No? Really? Do they have sex?
I'm assuming they did at least 3 times.
They have proof
They have sure done it at least 3 times that I know of.
And maybe that's the only time.
Maybe that's the only times.
It's like,
Well, also his your parents are like older,
Yeah.
a little bit. They're
Well,
like,
usually like I don't know, like my like the I mean the only noise I do hear is sometimes like I'll hear my dad snore. 'Cause my dad snores loud as fuck, like loud, to like where he should go fucking get checked. But that's about all. I mean, I've never really
nothing. Wow, that's pretty surprising.
And no, because where I come from, we knock.
No, but sometimes you still hear shit, depending on how loud they are.
No,
No, nothing. Well, I walked into my parents when I was 12. No, like 10. Because I remember it was a weekend, same thing, middle of the day. And my friend had called me. He was like, hey, man. He's like, let's play some video games. I'm like, all right, cool. At the time, I was playing Sega Genesis. That was big.
it was all the rage.
and
Yeah.
you're gonna ask your mom to take you over.
No, he was going to come over here. And I was going to go ask him, hey, his name was Victor. Hey, can Victor come over? So I went into the room. And at the time, my mom would work nights. So she'd sleep during the day. So my dad was up like at the time.
Oh, she wasn't sleeping.
They were not sleeping. They were definitely not sleeping. And I walk in and they're fucking. I'm like, I closed the door and I walked out.
No, I don't want to get into too much detail because your mom is a saint, and I don't want to bring her up that way. But did you look long enough to see what kind of position they were at?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
I don't know what position my parents they were on. I think they were like post-coital. They were like,
Oh, they were finishing up.
yeah, they were on top of each other. Either that or they were doing missionary. I don't know. I just saw a mass of flesh and skin. So I don't know where my mom started and where my dad began.
It was just like a blur.
Yeah, it was just like Play-Doh popped on. Beige Play-Doh, a pile of it.
Well, one day, your kids will walk in on you having sex.
And I'll look at them. Look at them right in the eye.
And say what?
This is where you come from. About to give you a brother.
Such a dick.
Close the door on your way out.
You're about to get a sibling.
What would you do, Tony, if your kids one day walked in on you having sex?
It depends on how old they are.
10,
Yeah, still, I have no idea.
18.
I mean, if they're 18, I'm pretty sure they already know. Like, all right, look, you obviously know what's going on.
I wonder if you're just plowing the fuck out of your wife.
Or what if, like,
Just going to
and
town.
let's be more realistic. Tony would be like, hey, guys, this is Greg. So, he's going to be staying here for a while.
You don't talk to you like that, Tony?
Oh.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
We love the gays here at NKOTP.
Okay, look, if my kids ever walked in, I would say if they're 18, I would, you gotta be adult about it at that
Right.
point. You'd be like, look, son, this is
Don't say what you're going to
you might have met her before. You're one of my friends.
At least don't say her name. I know who you're talking about.
What are we talking about, Mamba?
You were talking about the woman who gave birth to me.
I would never, ever insinuate that, Mamba. So how dare you?
You said it was slithering off your tongue like a snake. You were like,
Like the snake that I am.
yeah.
Oh, you guys are something else.
What about now, Junkyard? Like,
What if you walked in now?
Nah, I'm not walking on anything.
do you think your stepdad and your
He's not my
mom-
stepdad.
Okay, the guy that has sex with your mother. Do you think they do that?
Yeah, I know they do.
Oh, you know they do for
Yeah,
sure.
for
You've
100% sure.
You've heard?
Yes, I have.
Nice. What do you do?
Nothing. I put the TV up really loud.
You just try to hide your erection and go to sleep?
I put the TV up real loud.
You know what? I'm glad that my mom kicked me out, so I don't have to hear her get it in with her Puerto Rican boyfriend at her place. Tony's not Puerto Rican.
I wasn't going to say anything.
But she smirked.
Tony, you're Puerto Rican? I didn't know that.
There it is. I was waiting for
All
that.
right. Is it time for our gripes?
Let's get to our Let's get to our crazy news story.
I thought we did one.
This is a real one.
Oh.
This is a real crazy news story. So, a bar is selling drinks by the hour rather than by the glass. If there's one way to encourage binge drinking, it's to sell drinks by the hour rather than by the glass.
Oh, I think I saw this.
Which is exactly what a bar in Missouri has decided to do. Missouri is a shithole.
Should tell Rudy to look into that.
The idea is certainly a questionable one from a more sensible standpoint. But if you're looking for a cheaper way to get your hands on numerous drinks, and I think most of us are, then this is definitely a place for you. The bar named Open Concept opened in South City, St. Louis on Friday. The idea behind the establishment is similar to that of an open bar, which is probably all the information needed to get patrons through the door. There is some cost included in your visit. Rather than paying for each drink you buy, Open Concept sells time during which visitors can drink as much as they legally can, though preferably without passing out or throwing up in the process. Customers can pay $10 per hour for premium drinks or $20 per hour for top shelf liquor. Then it's up to you to get your money's worth. The Open Concept website explains, at Open Concept, all the drinks are on us. Although you pay per hour to access the space, at our bar, we don't sell drinks, we sell time. That means for an average price of $10 per hour, you can drink as much as you can handle. We decided to mix technology with that open bar concept to where you can pay per hour and you can stay in the space as long as you want. This place is different because you're buying time instead of the drinks. Open Concept is the first of its kind in the region and the state of Missouri. If you're a fast drinker, Open Concept could be the cause of some very hazy nights. However, the staff have come up with a way to keep tabs on their customers' intake to make sure no one gets in trouble. Butler explained visitors are required to sign into the bar using mobile phones, after which Open Concept uses technology to track all consumption and keep the bar in compliance with legal limits. Of course, you're the kind of person to nurse one drink all night, then the bar probably isn't for you, unless you're willing to have a very expensive, relatively sober night out, which just doesn't sound like that much fun. It's certainly an interesting idea, though, and I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in seeing how many drinks they manage to get through in the allotted amount of time.
They didn't explain how they keep track of how drunk you are, though.
They know how much you're drinking. They don't know how drunk you are. They know how much you've drank.
Is it like an app or something that?
Yeah, that's what he said. You online or on your phone, you say when you check in when you get there, and then they keep based on your check-in. They keep track of how much they're feeding you.
So do you like order drinks through the app?
I have no idea.
That's like kind of cool. Like you just be there chilling, and be like, I'll take this, table this.
Also, they didn't specify like our shots included.
It looks it looks like a shitty place. I mean, look at this place.
It's not the most happening place.
It's definitely not. It's like there's like fucking plastic tables and lawn chairs at this place.
I'm sure they'll get a lot of business from this.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it sounds pretty cool, but I mean, let's be honest. If you're in Missouri, it's probably the coolest place there.
I will never understand your gripe with Missouri.
Missouri is the armpit state of the U.S.
I thought that was Florida.
That's the butthole.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, check out Open Concept, I guess, if you ever decide to go to that armpit place.
Just tell Rudy to go there. He lives in St. Louis.
Well, go there after you leave us a voicemail of your living situation when you were in college. All right, let's go. Let's get to our gripes, shall we?
What are you allergic to?
Everything. It seems like I don't know. These last couple of weeks, I've just been allergic. I literally have been allergic to everything. Like I just nonstop have been like sneezing and I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Well, it does kind of smell.
Juicy questions.
Oh, not the question. Sorry.
It does smell more damp than usual in this basement.
I don't think that's what it is. I've had allergies since
damp
before.
or more dank.
You're probably right.
I've had allergies before. As soon as I got off work for some reason, I don't know why. Something outside because I was outside.
Hell no, motherfuckers! Wake the fuck up.
Tony, it's your grape. You should have a lot of them by now.
I mean, my whole life is a fucking gripe right now. Where do I start?
Why is the unemployment line so long?
Yeah,
Are you collecting unemployment?
I can't
Why not?
because
You were laid off, weren't you?
yes.
So I thought that qualifies.
Well, it depends on why you were laid off.
Really?
Yes. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
It does depend on why you. I mean, if you were just fired for like being a shitty employee or because you did some, if you went against company, yeah, you don't get. But no, I can get unemployment, but I have to wait till my last check. You can't get it right away.
I see.
So how it works is like if you get laid off, when's
your last check?
Once you get your since I was given my walk-in papers Friday, which was in the middle of a pay period.
Oh.
So this Friday I get paid for that 1 week, and then the following I get paid for whatever severance.
Yeah.
And any vacation days and all that. And then after that I have to wait 7 days, and after those 7 days then I can get unemployment.
Oh, nice.
So that's so I mean I'll get it once which I mean it's decent. I get depending on because I guess they go by a percentage of whatever your salary was. So I mean it'll keep you alive.
Yeah.
I mean I'm still gonna be hitting up those bread lines, but, but yeah. So what was your question?
Your gripe.
Oh, my gripe. All right. My gripe is life. Why does life fucking suck?
Why does it kick you when you're down?
Why does it always kick you when you're down? That's my gripe. So
That's it?
Yeah.
You're not going to add to it?
You don't want to elaborate?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've elaborated the whole podcast.
Fair enough.
All right.
Hell no, motherfuckers! Wake the fuck up.
I guess I'll do my gripe
Mom Bizzle.
really quickly.
You shouldn't have any gripes. You're like, life is on the
Yeah.
come up. Everything's coming to Mamba.
I mean, it's all right. I find stuff to gripe about. Like last night when I had to go like fill out all those paperworks for this new job, and I was like, man, I want to quit already.
You're like, it's like they hand you a stack of papers. You're
Yeah.
like, nah, it's not worth it.
It wasn't even like a stack of first. So I would never. So my new boss is really cool, but he's testing out this new system on me. He's like the process is online. So first I couldn't like get it, and I thought there was something wrong with me.
So you're applying for like an IT position, and you're having issues with an online system.
Yes. So I was really worried. I was like, oh man, he's gonna think I'm incompetent. So I had to ask Junkyard to verify. I was like, Junkyard, is this working? And he's like, no, it's not working for me either. And I told him about it, and then he's like, it should be working. I was like, oh no, it should be working. But it didn't. He didn't give me the access. Anyways, long story short, life is okay. But my gripe, so we actually talked about it before in a group chat, so I don't want to dive too much into it. But my gripe is other like directors and actors bad mouthing like big or Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Saying that they're not really cinema or.
Well, somebody recently said that.
So there's two.
Jennifer Aniston, right?
Okay, we'll get to her. So there's two major directors. The first one was Martin Scorsese.
Spielberg, right? Was it Spielberg the other one?
Spielberg has said stuff. No, he's talked shit about Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. That's what it was. Yeah.
And then he talked shit about Netflix, and then a few weeks later, he was like, "Yeah, I'm part of Apple streaming service." So he's like, so that didn't make sense. Anyways,
No, that makes perfect sense. He's talking shit about his competitor.
but he was saying like, "Oh, Netflix movies shouldn't be considered for
Oh, yeah.
like
Oscars.
yeah, and then he was like, "By the way, I have a
Movie coming out.
Yeah, yeah. Martin Scorsese said that Marvel movies and like big budget superhero movies are not cinema. I take he is an acclaimed director and he has a bunch of great movies under his belt, but he's also 1,000 years old. So I can understand, like he's a legit filmmaker, and I can understand why he would say that. So I mean,
I would agree with him on a set in the sense where like not all big budget movies are necessarily cinema. Like they're just like big like. As much as I love the Fast and the Furious movies and how fantastic I think they are,
but they're fun.
they're fun. Right. They're fun. They're
meant-
definitely fun. And yeah. But they're like, come on. Let's be honest. It's not
They're made
the
to be-
highest quality.
No, yeah,
movies.
they're made to be fun. Obviously, they're not the highest quality movies.
Or like the Transformer movies.
Cause-
Tony enjoys them,
Because
but it's
Cardi B just got signed on to the next Transformer movies.
oh Jesus.
But that's a whole nother gripe.
for another day.
Yeah, but so I take his opinion into consideration. But it's like Martin Scorsese makes legit movies, films. Marvel movies are like, they're fun.
Right.
You know, they might not be art house cinema, but people go there because they enjoy seeing them.
Yeah, they fill a market that a lot of people are in, which is entertainment. They're
Yeah.
entertaining. Some people, sometimes you
I
just
just watched Zombieland 2 the other day. It's not winning,
sometimes you just want to be entertained.
Yeah,
not
sometimes
winning
you want
an
to just be
Oscar.
Yeah, it's not an Oscar-worthy movie, but were you entertained?
Very.
Yeah, and
There you
that's
go.
that's all you need. Yeah,
And I think there's a saturation of like big budget superhero movies right now, only because you could never do them before. Like now they're being done well.
because they have the technology.
They have the technology and they kind of getting it right.
But see, for me, like I've always been like fascinated, or I've always been like a huge fan of the whole connected universes. Like
Yeah.
that to me was like always awesome, because like it feels like if you watch, like say you just watch one of like any of the, like you just watch Thor, and it's like even if you're not a huge Thor fan, like of him by himself, like you're gonna I'm gonna watch the movie because I'm a Marvel fan, but I also know that it's gonna be
But you're wearing a DC hat.
interconnected. I like DC too.
Yeah.
Unless it's
The shows are connected.
Yeah. I mean, they tried. They did try. So I give DC like props for trying.
Yeah.
And this hat was on clearance, by the way,
Probably because
because it's DC. The Marvel hats were like full price. This was like fucking 50% off. So
all right, so Martin Scorsese, I understand why he's saying that. Then it was Francis Ford Coppola.
Coppola?
He said the same thing. He was like, I agree with Martin Scorsese.
He's also 1,000 years old.
He's also a very old man. I looked it up on Wikipedia. He's like almost 90. So I understand where these guys are coming from. The one person who I don't understand where they're coming from is also 1,000 years old.
She's not 1,000 years old.
Jennifer Aniston.
She's Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, that the best part about that was when
So what did she say? I briefly read or heard what she said.
I went over what she said because people were like dogging her. Joker, if you sneeze one more time, I'm just gonna ignore him.
can't you like take some Benadryl or something?
I'm actually getting really concerned now. All right, let's wrap this up.
All right, Junker's like fucking dying over there.
Okay. Anyways,
She said something.
she said that big budget Marvel movies are taking away from serious roles and they're taking away from real movies.
I love Twitter's response to her.
And everybody, like, I don't want to say
but she's not. She hasn't been in this. Oh shit.
Yeah, that was the thing.
She hasn't
I
been
don't
in a
want to say I
serious movie in a
stole
long
these
time.
jokes, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, Jennifer Aniston, when is the last good movie you've been in?
Like not even like we're not talking about like last Oscar you were nominated for. Like when was the last time you were in a good movie?
Yeah.
And then Twitter promptly responded to her like film her
like filmography.
her filmography, and it's just full of like
Trash.
fucking all duds. Like Rotten Tomatoes scores are like down the shitter, and then people are like, "Oh, this is coming from a person whose last relevant movie was an Adam Sandler some bullshit."
I think Joker had said it. Just go with it.
No, that was that I actually enjoyed that movie. No, the last movie she was Adam Sandler's Netflix movie. That just
Yeah.
that was only released on Netflix. I forgot what it was called.
You said
Gold
it was
Digger?
good. You said it was good.
Not that one. Just go with it. I enjoyed it. It had
Oh, so
Brooklyn
she
Decker.
made another.
Yeah, she
Adam
made
Sand-
it. She does her second Adam Sandler movie. I haven't watched the second one. I watched Just Go With It.
Okay, but those movies are okay.
I don't know about the second one.
According
the,
to her,
the original one.
those are serious.
Those are good movies.
Those are serious roles.
They're
that
not
she's in.
serious. Definitely not serious. Those are entertaining movies. I'm not saying they're gonna. Those were worth Oscar worthy at all. They were just entertaining.
But the Marvel roles are nothing compared to being in an Adam Sandler movie.
Clearly.
I mean, the biggest thing she's known for is Friends. Nobody goes. Nobody.
Which is the most overrated sitcom of all time. It's
Yeah,
just trash.
nobody sees Jennifer Aniston on the marquee and is like, "Oh, I'm going to go see that movie." So you should probably shut up, Jennifer Aniston. You know, your opinion's cool and all, but
Nobody cares.
nobody cares. So that's my gripe. Jennifer Aniston is
Hell
silly.
no, motherfuckers! Wake the fuck
What's
up.
your gripe, Pollen?
Yeah, allergies. Like, why do they exist?
Why don't
It's
you
so
take
stupid.
Take some Benadryl.
I don't know. Benadryl put me to sleep. I have like Allegra. I take Allegra, but I will have to take it as soon as we're done here. My gripe. So I've had this gripe before, but early on in the podcast, I'm pretty sure.
Your eye, like you usually have like raccoon eyes, like dark circles around them, but they're like darker than usual, and they're getting puffy now.
Yeah, because of allergies. Anyway. So my gripe, it has to do with. So I listen to this podcast. I have a few podcasts I listen to.
You listen to this podcast? It's a good one.
I don't listen to. Well, I do listen to this podcast when I have to put it together. But anyway,
So you don't listen to it by choice.
right. There's another podcast I do listen to by choice. It's a Juventus podcast.
A podcast strictly about a soccer team.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't imagine that'd be interesting.
It's very interesting. It's really short too. It's only like
I would imagine
like,
that. I could imagine.
Yeah, that
it's
I
only
believe.
like a half hour, 45 minutes long.
I mean, not much you could talk about, right?
There's lots that you can talk about. Anyway, but like in this podcast, I love the podcast. Podcast is fantastic. The audio quality is not always the best. It's actually, you think if people that complain about our audio quality, their audio quality is like 10 times worse. So keep that in mind. Anyway, my gripe isn't about that. My gripe is that they keep saying we in this podcast. They talk about the team Juventus, which I'm a huge fan of, but I don't say we. I never say, whenever I'm referring to any team, I like the Niners, Juventus, whatever. I don't ever say we or us or like, oh, we scored really, we had a great game.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, I mean, as much of a fan as I am and how invested I am in the team,
You didn't do shit.
I didn't do shit.
You're not playing.
I'm just watching.
Yeah.
So it really fucking bugs me when, especially like I said, I enjoy the podcast regardless, but it does like kind of like in the back of my head, like stop saying we. Like, it's like, oh, we had a great game, like we scored like so many goals, like we us.
You should respond like, really, how many goals did you score?
Exactly.
I say that to my mom all the time because she's like a big Cubs fan.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'll try to talk to her. I'm like, how are the Cubs doing? She's like, oh, we're gonna like. Obviously not this year because they suck, but she's like, years prior, she's like, oh, we're making it to the playoffs. I was like, and I tell her, I was like, you didn't do anything.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, stop saying we, stop saying us. You're not part of the team. As much as no matter how much time you've invested, how much money you have, like merchandise you've bought, you're still not a part of the team. You have no decision. You have no say. You don't play. You just sit there on your ass and watch them either win or lose. Like, you're not part of it as much as you want to be. Even if you buy, like, we have a friend that claims he's part of the team because he owns a small percentage of stock in this team. Like, even if you own a small, like, unless you're a majority owner or at least like close to being a majority owner.
Are you coming at his head?
I'm not coming at his head. But
he
like,
also sings a song about that. We are, what is it?
I don't know what it's called.
We are unite, or
United,
is that an auto commercial?
No, that's we are farmers.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, the whole thing is like, I don't care if you own stock, unless you're a majority owner. If you own, I would say more than 40%, like a large percentage of the team. You can't say we, unless you own fuck, I'll cut you some fucking slack. You own 20% of the team. You could say we.
What if you're like the team?
Fine, I'll even drop a little lower. 10%. If you own 10% of the team, you could say we.
What's your cutoff? What if you're like the team doctor? Can you say we?
Yeah, because you're you're contributing to the team, dude. You could
towel boy,
dude. You could work in the office.
Concession stand employee.
No.
You're providing.
No. You cannot. No. I draw the line at you have to work for the team
and work with the team.
Work with the team. Like I said, if you work in the office, if you're a marketing person, I'll let you say we because like you're contributing to the team. You're marketing the team. You're getting paid by the team. The team basically owns you. Yeah. Like shit like that. Like you can say we at the time. Like if you work for the team, like for example, when I worked at the arena, I knew this Bulls employee. She worked for the Bulls. She was a guest relations for the Bulls. And she would say, "Oh, we're having a good year." Like that wouldn't bother me because she is working for the team.
How long ago did she say this?
When I worked there, I don't know, like a couple of years ago.
Oh, then she was lying.
No, she said something about like, oh, no, she was talking about like John Paxson and Gar Forman, and they were like, she said something about like, oh, I don't know why they're being so hard on us or some shit like that. Something to that effect.
They should be hard on the players.
Well, anyway.
But that's beside that.
But she said we, us. And I'm like, well, that's fine because she works for the team. She contributes to the team. She's doing something for the team. You know what I'm saying? Like the team pays her to do shit. Like, that's fine. But when you're a fan of the team, I don't give a fuck how many years, how many hours upon hours you spent watching it, how much merchandise you purchased. You're not part of the fucking team. You're just not. You're not. So stop saying we. Stop saying us. The team could honestly probably gives two shits about you. If you stopped watching them tomorrow, they probably don't give a fuck. Any team. So
They'll just move to another city.
Yeah, like the fucking Rams. You think they gave a fuck about St.
St.
Louis?
Louis?
You
They're
thought
like-
the St. Louis people that said we and us?
Yeah.
Do you think they give a fuck? No, they went to L.A. They got a whole new fucking setup.
The Raiders, Las Vegas, here we come.
Chargers.
We're building $1 billion stadium right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't give a fuck.
Uh-huh.
Like stop saying we, stop saying us. You're not part of the team. Just stop. That's my gripe.
Solid grape.
Hell no,
What about-
motherfuckers! Wake the fuck up.
What about Tony? He's playing fantasy basketball right now. Can he say that about his team?
Yeah, because that's his team.
We're doing good, boys.
He can't say that about like the other teams that
Uh huh.
the players are playing for, but he can say that about his team.
Yeah. Okay. He's a GM.
He is a GM. He is GM extraordinaire, right, Tony?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, all right, let's get to our question, shall we?
Too many questions. There's too many questions.
The appropriate question is, where in the hell are they?
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
My answers frighten you, Vincent, then you should cease asking scary questions.
How is it already 8:30? I feel like we get here early for no reason.
Well, we've been recording for almost 2 hours.
To end this, wrap this shit up.
Dear Tony and Momba, I've been spending time. Tony's not paying attention.
That's fine. I'll answer. I'll take this one solo.
Dear Tony and Mamba, I've been spending
checked out.
time with a certain gentleman.
Well, I am listening attentively.
I've been spending time with a certain gentleman for more than 5 years.
Break up with him.
I'm in love with him.
That definitely break up with him.
We dated at first, but then became friends with benefits.
Wait a minute. What's the name of this? Sounds familiar. Who sent you this?
I
Is this my
can't-
girlfriend?
Can't name names. Anyway, we dated at first, then we became friends with benefits. He had another woman move in with him a few years ago, but we are still friends with benefits. And he has become my best friend. He listens when I need someone to talk to and knows how to give a good pep talk when I need one. We talk several hours a day and text throughout the day. I know in my heart we are meant to be together. He he tells me he loves me, but says he can't ask the other woman to move out because she just she doesn't have anywhere.
I just can't kick her out, babe.
But she's
has nowhere to go.
Yeah,
You
she has nowhere to
understand.
go.
She got squatters' rights. You understand the law.
I mean, the law's the law.
She paid the $16 fee, baby.
She already had it appraised. We're in too deep.
She doesn't have anywhere to go until she makes the person living in her house move out. How do I talk to him about this?
Wait, hold on. So, wait.
So she has a house. Someone else is living there, I guess, renting or whatever. And she's living with him.
Okay.
And she can't leave till that person leaves.
So she's squatting because somebody's squatting.
Exactly. So how do
a
I?
domino effect.
So how does she talk to him about this? About the other woman
How do I talk to him about what?
getting rid? Like she wants to like be more than friends.
I think,
but
okay, if you've been with someone or if you've known someone for 5
they're
years.
not together. They're just friends with benefits.
If you're friends with benefits with someone for 5 years and he asked another woman to move in with him that he's seen.
And you're still,
No, they're not seeing each other. They're just
but they're still
living
friends
together.
with this woman. Is
Yeah, this woman's friends with benefits, but his roommate
okay.
is just a roommate. They're not dating.
then why can't they date?
I don't know. That's the whole thing.
Nah.
Then he's just playing her. Then
Yeah.
Clearly.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
But like they can't date and they can't move in.
She needs to like realize that that's not going to happen.
Yeah. If you really wanted it to happen, it would have happened a long time ago.
Or maybe she doesn't want to date him until she moves out.
But like, why can't they just date?
She didn't specify all that information.
Well, if they're not dating by now,
5 years.
after 5 years, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Or the only way it will happen is if she gives them like, look, either we date or I'm out. But I mean, what how does the old saying go? Why pay for the milk
When you get the
when you get the cow
when
for
you get the
free?
horse for free.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of milk are you drinking? Drinking. There's what is it? There's very pulpy milk that you're drinking from a cow from that horse.
That is gross.
It's stallion milk, right, Mama?
Ugh. All right, leave them. Ugh.
Yeah, she's being silly. You know what? No, stay with him. He'll come around eventually.
He loves you. He said he loves you. Did he say he
Yeah,
loved you?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then yeah.
They're in love.
Love conquers all.
And if he ends up getting that lady pregnant and marrying her, eventually they'll break up, right?
Yeah, nothing lasts forever.
Power through.
Yep.
The
path to
regardless the
happiness-
odds.
The path to happiness is never a straight line, and rarely is it in one's control.
Are those like part of the like things that make you feel better about your life?
Well, that's what my therapist said.
Oh,
But
Holy shit, you could afford a therapist?
well, not anymore. That was the last session I had where like my insurance ran out. So she was like, "Well, this is our last session because obviously, you know." I'm like, "Cause why?" I'm like, she's like, "Come on, don't make me say it." It's like
You already got enough problems.
It's like you understand this is our last session, right? I'm like, why? But we still have like 5 or 6 scheduled. Like we meet every 2 weeks. We have stuff that we're working on, stuff that I'm working on. Like what do you mean? Like this is our like? And she's like, don't make me say it.
Yeah.
Like you know. I'm like, I know what. I was like, all right, you're gonna make me say it, aren't you? So
you made her say it.
I made her say it.
What'd she say?
She said that was our last session due to financial constraints.
Oh, not on your end though, right?
Definitely on my end, yes.
If you really wanted to, you could probably go to All Stars, give a girl $20 to gyrate on you, and tell her your problem.
Yeah,
That's way cheaper, and
That is true.
You get gyrated on.
Yeah, because they'll you can sit there and like spew your heart.
Yeah, and that after that she'll say, "Yeah, baby, whatever you need."
That'll make you feel better, right?
Yeah, I mean it is cheaper than
Maybe we should
than
go
a
maybe we should go
real
right now.
therapist. Yeah,
Maybe we should just go right now.
I got 20 spot on me.
you got a dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get the finest Coors Light there too.
Oh.
All right, wrap this up so we can go
Go to All Stars.
to All Stars.
All right, guys, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/NKOTP1. Follow us on Twitter at No Kids on the Pod. See us on Instagram, also at No Kids on the Pod. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadios, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere. Shoot us an email, newkidsonthepod@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail like Rudy's going to do, 774-40-NKOTP. Mamba?
In a world full of single drivers, don't ride with Hitler.
Dude, that's solid advice.
In a world full of bread lines, make sure you get up early
And make the headlines.
because those spots fill quick.
Oh. All right, guys.
Stay away from sliced bread, you traitor.
Yeah, traitors.
All right, guys. We will check you out next week. Right, guys?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I mean, I don't really have an excuse anymore, right?
Right.
I have a set schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tony doesn't have an excuse either.
Clearly, I don't have a schedule either. So
All right.
see, you don't have a set. You now have a set schedule.
Oh, is that what it? Did I do have a set schedule?
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
do
meant.
have a set schedule. I don't have
Have
a schedule.
schedule.
So yeah, definitely next week.
All right. All right, guys. Next week, kissies on your dickies.
Now we said it, 26 at a